Hey everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo team where we're going to talk about action figures, pop culture, movie and TV news, and of course, since this is episode 86, a brief history of 1986. Roll the intro.
I feel the need for speed.
Toys, manly toys.
And TV and movies too. All right, welcome back to the Toy Duo team where we come to you live every Saturday at noon unless we change the time. It's episode 86. We got Weapons John. I just want to say Weapons John Project, but it's Weapon John Project with a Super Mario shirt. You got Dan storing nuts for the winter. He got Rick, the Incredible Rick, and you got Geek Busters wearing a Stay Puffed Marshmallow shirt. You know what would make that shirt really cool is if like the whole body was like the Stay Puffed dude into the arms and stuff like that, and then you just like had a hat like that little
like a Halloween costume.
I think
No,
Dino
like
has that.
something you could wear daily, like that, like everyday wear.
Dino has that in his garage.
Yeah.
All right. So if you saw the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about stuff from New York Comic Con and some of the reveals that happened this week and stuff like that. And let's just say hi. Let's hold off on that for a second because we want to get some people in the chat. I know we got Gary and Ricardo, but let's hopefully some people will show up. But first, we got our disclaimer up there. You guys can feel free to read that at your own leisure. And we welcome you to Bragging Camp. Does anybody have anything they want to brag about this week? Dino, you can go first.
Finally, I get to go. All right.
Would have been funny if he wasn't ready and didn't have anything.
I actually have a bunch of stuff, but a few I'm gonna leave for a video that I'm gonna make. But I did get this in the mail from Best Buy.
Yeah, you did.
Did you say Best Buy?
Ooh,
Yeah, Best Buy.
Really?
Yeah, Best Buy sells collectibles. I think GameStop and Best Buy are the only ones that I know that are carrying this, right?
No, I got my Jigsaw. Actually came from Best Buy. I just didn't know they had the big stuff like that.
Yeah, I ordered it online, and this came in the mail finally. I'm still waiting for the Freddy version, but I got the accessory set from Friday the 13th.
Those are cool.
Is that got the underwater thing and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a video on that, and I'll put a Marvel Legends with it and see how it looks with a Marvel Legends and stuff.
Nice.
So I haven't even opened it yet. I just
does that have Jason in it, or you have to buy Jason?
No, it doesn't. It's just an accessory set. I think this was like $35 or something like that. So it comes with the sign. It comes with the underwater part and the part of the dock from part 3 when he shoots the spare gun. I think that's the first time you see him in the hockey mask. Was when he stands on that dock. And that's pretty much it. Everything else I'm going to save for a video. I don't want to bore you guys with too much stuff.
Okay, what he really means is like he wants to put it up on a channel that people actually watch. That's what you said last week.
Everyone's watching.
All right, who wants to go next? Rick is on Secret Cam. So Dan, do you have anything you want to show off?
Kinda, yeah. Just doing some serious cleaning here in the toy room and the basement all around. And
Man,
Is he crying?
Custom Batman. No,
custom.
he's jumping. Yeah, this is actually one of my very early attempts at a custom figure.
Oh, that's really cool.
So this is,
Did you made the cape?
Yep, I did everything. This is a Marvel Legends Black Panther.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So everything else is either like sculpted clay or fabric or plastic.
That is pretty cool.
When did you make that? Just recently?
Oh no. That's like whenever that Black Panther came out.
Yeah.
Because at the time we didn't have really any great DC figures. Because this was before, so that would have been before Mattel even had the multiverse license. So all you had at the time those Marvel Legends came out were those
The
4
little
inch.
little dudes, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And I was
okay,
like,
cool.
that'd be cool to have a Batman. So I'm not gonna get one anytime soon. I'll just make my own.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
really
it?
cool.
John, you have anything you want to show off?
Well, it's been a GI Joe bonanza this week.
Bonanza, ding, diddling, 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 ding.
So we have
Ding, diddling, diddling,
Road
diddling,
Pig
ding, 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 ding. Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
he's pretty cool.
I like it.
with his
Oh, there he is.
dog,
that's
and
cool.
he's got a
Man.
mutated ram head, big old hammers. He's got a big tattoo on his gut.
Rim head full.
That's gotta be a very unique and new sculpt, right? There's no
Oh,
other.
for sure.
Yeah, he's a big figure, man.
He's
It's
massive, isn't he?
And a little
Yeah.
puppy.
Does he wear that mask? The boar
I
head or
don't
whatever?
know. We'll find out when I open it, I guess. And then we have a Night Force, Falcon, and Coral.
Yeah, that's a great set.
Does he have knee pads? He does,
He
right?
does see the green.
You want to know what would have been like the funniest thing for them to do? To me, is they should have just taken that retro Scarlet and repainted it.
Yeah.
And stuck it in there and called it Coral.
There you
There's
go.
still time.
And then we got
You mean that's not what they did?
Ed Skyler, Starduster.
Ooh, Starduster. Was that a Pulse exclusive?
Might have been, yeah. I can't remember. One
Does
was
he
from,
So let me
one
ask you.
came from Amazon, one came from Walmart, and one came from Paul's.
All right. What
Maybe
is
just
there a
look-
cereal box in there? Like,
Oh,
does he
that's one
come
the cereal box?
Was that the one with cereal box?
separately?
I don't see a cereal.
Yeah,
box.
see that cereal box is in the pictures, the promo pics, but I don't think it's actually was an accessory. That's the downside to it, right? I think that they took
Yeah,
a bunch of
I
pictures
don't
where he
see
had that
one.
cereal box, but I didn't see it in the picture.
Well, they even
There's
made a
no
point.
promo.
They made a point to point that out in the stream.
Yeah, that's why I'm like wondering if the cereal's in there, because if it's not, then there's no point.
Was it that figure? You sure?
Or maybe they had an exclusive version. At
Well, let's
Hasbro
find
Pulse
out.
with
I'm
the
opening it
cereal
up.
Maybe 1 in 1,000 had the cereal box in it.
Maybe you
Did
could
you
only
see the
I've got-
Ghostbusters
I've got-
Leon figure came with a
No
balloon? And
cereal box. Nothing.
Yeah, see, I thought it was.
That's weird, man.
When you look at the pictures on Pulse, it looks like there's a cereal box and
Yeah,
no cereal
they-
box.
I should write to them and tell them they ripped me off. I bought this specifically for
Yep.
the cereal box. So,
only reason.
yep.
Is there a picture of it on the back, John? That's what
Danny, you looking for it on Hasbro?
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, because I was gonna look, but
Because it doesn't show it on the box or anything, but because that guy takes all those promo pictures and he's
Yeah.
holding the cereal box in one picture, so you get the impression that that's an accessory.
Yeah.
Maybe Road Pig has the cereal box. Let's look.
Maybe.
Nope, no cereal box.
Come with a drumstick or something.
Hey JT.
Yeah, see, like even Jonathan, like that's crazy because they made a huge deal out of the cereal box.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they? Unless it's a piece of cardboard that's just in the box that you have to unfold.
Didn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it, but
Yeah,
It would
like,
do that.
with the instruction sheet or something.
It is most definitely on the picture, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
on the picture on the website.
All
He's holding it. He's
right, Rick,
holding
what
it.
do you got?
One pickup this week. Boom!
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
cool.
So now we got the Darth Vader Hallmark.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
You can't, man. Like you need a sledgehammer or power tools.
You don't have one?
I do not have any power tools actually, like
Sledgehammer?
drills and Dremels. I guess I
You-
do have power tools.
So
There's
is
a
that an
Parker-
actual figure in there?
Yeah, man. Look at that.
I wonder if it's posable. Let's find out.
No, it's not.
How do you know?
Because he won't take it out
Because
of the container.
I read the description and the artist's profile, who's a sculptor. But yeah, these are
Nice.
cool, man. These are your Hallmark Star, and these are by far their hottest item this year.
Yeah, we don't have a Hallmark anywhere.
I'm in a suburb of Vancouver, and my store had 30 of them, and they're gone.
Yeah, I
Really?
imagine. Yeah.
How
And
much
I'm in
are
a
they?
small store, so like I don't think other stores are getting like 50 of them or anything. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my one collectible pickup this week to go with my
That's pretty cool.
Tuscan Raider, who I found out you can kind of sign up, and if you're at New York Comic Con, you can go to one of the booths there and sign up, and they'll let you purchase one of those Tuscan Raiders.
Yeah, they had
Is that-
they
So
had
you don't have to
Tuscan Raider
pay
smaller?
like $50 on eBay.
yeah, it's a like a convention exclusive. That's why they took it over there. Yeah.
Is that the same size as Darth Vader? It looks smaller.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's the
same
same.
size.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just the bubble looks so much smaller. That's probably what it was.
Well, the figure looks smaller in the bubble.
Oh, the bubble is bigger. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
look at
notice that.
Oh well, Darth Vader is taller than the same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
pretty
but yeah,
cool.
these are just the most awesome.
How much do those run?
28 Canadian, 25 American.
You should run down to your local Hallmark store, Dean, and see if you can pick one up.
They're 22.
Nah,
they're $22.99. I'm on the website.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't thi-
on
I don't-
Amazon too.
I don't think I would get those. I wouldn't mind. Last year they had the Han and Carbonite. I would love that one.
If you have a Hallmark store near you, one of your shopping centers, go look at it at least and do yourself the justice of it. Because when you see it, you'll be like, yeah, thank you, I'll take that.
Yeah, but for $25, I'm not sure. I could buy a popcorn bucket with that money.
Yeah, I could buy a lot of things at $25 too, man. But I had
They're
to do
not
it.
$25. They're $22.99.
All right,
Well, then in that case, I'll definitely buy it.
They don't get two.
so I passed this guy up at retail, and I'm glad I did because I finally found him for $5.99, and then just couldn't.
I can't believe Ross still had them.
Yeah, couldn't pass this one up either at 15.
Wow.
Now I would have paid that.
Yeah, so that's
I would have
pretty
definitely
cool.
paid that. So he was what was he? He wasn't even 34. What was he? 49?
Yeah, it was something 44, I think, is what they try to say it. But now I'm seeing pictures of Grunt showing up, so I gotta be on the lookout for that. Luckily, I found both of these like underneath a bunch of stuffed animals.
And then I've seen pictures of
Oh,
that
really?
GI
Somebody was
Joe
hiding it.
Yeah.
Transformer crossover Dreadnought's vehicle thing for like $20, $22.
So here's what I learned at Ross, right? If you go in there, usually the shelves are like elevated. So there's no opening the bottom and stuff, but there's always figures under the shelves. And then like in the little kids section, right on the opposite side of where the regular stuff, like the regular kind of toys where they have the kids, they have like all the stuffed animals shoved in there. I usually find like figures in that little thing. I think an employee's probably sticking his own in there so he can grab them after work or something.
That's where I hide all my stuff that I want, and I don't want to pay for it. Away
In
from
the
my parents.
woman's purse section.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, so JT's in the chat, Jumpy McClunky's in the chat, Jonathan Redmond's in the chat, Ricardo's in the chat, Rolando's in the chat. Who
all this
else did I
pressure.
miss?
Dandy's in the chat.
Yeah,
Dandy's in the
Dandy's
chat.
in there.
Hey,
JT.
so this is
What?
bugging me, and it's bugging Jonathan. John,
Ricardo. What?
every single picture of that Starduster on Hasbro Pulse, he's holding. the
Yes.
zero
Yeah, it's
Every picture.
it's
yeah,
awful.
except for one. So it says 14 accessories on the description down here.
Count them, Jono.
14.
So if you think, I was
alright.
gonna say if you get a chance,
But it doesn't list them like.
No, it just says it comes with 14 accessories.
But when you
Then-
count it, you have to count it like the count from Sesame Street.
Yeah,
One.
Each hand is a
Lord,
separate
wow.
accessory. Each hand.
They all do that layout pick with the figure and all the accessories laid out as well.
Well,
so-
technically, there is 14.
Yeah. So
There it
you
is.
can get it. Storyteller just jumped in. You know what
One,
though?
two,
It's almost like this, the back of this Vanguard box, because they list all the key features, and one of the key features is missiles and blast effects, right? Not in the box, but then the missile launcher right here says may be sold separately. So I asked them about the missiles.
And that's why you bought it too, right? Was just for
Yeah.
those missiles.
Yeah, I asked them about it, and they basically said, "Oh no, that's because when we did a pre-sale and stuff." I haven't responded back yet because I was going to say, "Well, the box is misleading." Then that's what my reply was going to be.
So if you pre-ordered it, you would have got those items.
Yeah, what they did was they gave you everyone that pre-ordered it got the missile launcher and the missiles and blast effects.
Oh, I see.
But I don't think it should be on the box as a key feature.
Well, they probably
With-
only had one box, and that's it.
They
Yeah,
ran out
but-
of liquid
Everything.
paper, you know.
But they should have also put them maybe sold separately on those other 2 items, in my opinion.
They could have done. They could have done what they did back in the day with the blackout Ewoks. Is just
Well,
black that part out.
And not to be in his defense, but to be in his defense, you did not see that in a store shelf at retail. That's not a retail item. He can put whatever he wants on a box. Like he can put, you know, Mickey Mouse on a box if he wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Like
No, he
it's
can't.
No, I don't
okay.
think
It's
you can.
not at a retail item, so his box
Well-
could just be
well,
generic
that-
brown cardboard.
Well, that might be a flaw because he's a third
You
party
didn't
seller
see
through
that
Walmart.
before you
and,
bought it.
And secondly, yeah, I did see the back of that box before.
Oh, you did? It's on his
Yeah.
website.
Yeah, I did see a picture of the box before.
But I think Disney would have a problem if he wrote down Disney items included. Mickey Mouse
I think
included.
what they should have
Mouse
did
ears.
was, knowing that they were going to do that stuff, is they should have said optional accessories, right? Like, and had them listed further
Parentheses,
down below.
asterisks.
Yeah, or
Vern's so
with the
strict,
missile
man.
with the missile launcher, put like 2 little.
You know what I
bullet-
mean, Jono.
Yeah, bullet points.
Vern, are you a principal
There's no
in a
rules
in
when
a
you're
school?
and wrap them in Mickey Mouse wrapping paper.
You guys would be surprised. Okay. Anyway, so this is a little bit of history of 1986, because as we travel through our 80s episodes, we decided as a group, I decided that we were going to do a history section of
decided.
1986. These are key events. So how many of you brushed up on 1986?
I did, but I hope you're not looking at the same stuff that I pulled up.
Our intro is from 1986, isn't it?
Almost.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember anything from 1986?
I remember the
what's the
movie Groove Tube. Didn't that come out in
Top Gun,
1986?
Ferris Bueller.
Besides movies, I mean, like history, like what event of 1986 changed your life?
Oh, was it
Girls.
the shuttle?
Girls did.
Shuttle, yeah.
All
Challenge.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Tackle
for those
football.
of you, the United Kingdom and France finally announced plans to construct the Channel, or the Channel Tunnel, in 1986. And I know that's a picture of Mission Impossible, but
Yeah,
that,
hit that
was
guy.
became, the famous train scene, and Mission Impossible was in the tunnel. But that was January 20th when they announced they were going to do that. On January 28th, you guys are right, the Space Shuttle Challenger had its disastrous launch, and they lost all 7 crew.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yep.
Yeah, I was in math class.
Pixar was founded in 1986. in
Really? What was the
February.
first movie for Pixar?
I don't know. I think they just founded it, and there's the logo right there.
So what
That
was the
was
first Pixar item,
Apple.
I wonder then?
Yeah, I
They just
wonder.
made the logo and that was it? And they said they
think,
were going to wait for Monsters, Inc.?
No, it was Steve Jobs, right? Like, made
Yeah, Apple
Pixar
sold it
because
to
he got
Disney for
booted
billions of
from
dollars.
Apple, so he created Pixar. So founded with John Lasseter and Steve Jobs. And then this little picture down here in the bottom right is the Chernobyl disaster that happened in April. And then the
Bottom
Indies,
right? That's the
Yeah,
bottom
the
left,
bottom.
right?
bottom left.
Bottom
Well, depending on how you're, if you are the screen, it's your right.
If you like this.
G-Force is saying the Mets won the World Series. That is correct. G-Force, they did. What was it? I was the frozen O-rings that caused the shuttle. Oh, it was the frozen O-rings.
Yeah.
Let's see. On May 12th, NBC unveiled its current peacock logo.
Oh, you forgot Arnold Schwarzenegger got married.
Oh, yeah, but he got divorced after that, so it doesn't count. Wasn't permanent. In October 26th, what I wanted to point out here, I didn't know if Connor was going to be here in the chat, but I wanted to mention that in the UK, they deregulated their bus stuff, except in Greater London and Northern Ireland. So all you folks that are from that from overseas, you remember the deregulation of the buses, which was meant to privatize and capitalize the bus system, but I think that was later repealed. And then two things that are prevalent today is The first commercially available 3D printer was sold in 1986.
What?
And that is, yep, and that is a picture of those guys right there.
No, it
What did they
wasn't.
3D print? I wonder.
I don't know,
Probably
But-
like bricks.
but they filed all their patents and stuff, and then they had that first 3D printer.
I
It
don't
was
think
the
that's true.
SLA1,
I can imagine how
not-
much that thing cost back in the day.
and then
That's actually Gentle Giant. 3DS is a company that invented that.
I like
Alright, so-
Jonathan's reply.
what did he say? Burns hair was 3D printed. Yeah, it was actually. Okay, and something that you all use or ignore regularly every time you get in your car, that little arrow next to the
Yeah.
gas pump telling you which side to walk to when you put gas in your
Yeah.
car was first invented, and they called it an invention.
Really?
That was in 1986. Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't
Before
realize.
that, we just had to walk around the car twice.
Right, or you just had to remember since it's your car and you put gas in it like a couple of times or at least once a week.
Or you have a Tesla.
Right. All right. Northern Nomads calling us suckers. I called myself a sucker in one of my most recent videos. Just wanted to point that out.
Did you make that video yet?
Mike Hunt is here. Well, Connor's not from the UK and calling Ireland and a part of the
Mike
UK.
Hunt is here.
Fighting talk. Darn it. I'm sorry. That's so funny. Did I make
Where?
what video?
The sucker video.
Yeah, I called myself a sucker in that Ghostbusters video. I said,
Yeah, but
well, I might
weren't
be
you
a
supposed
sucker.
to put suckers on all our heads?
I did that already. I sent. I
Well, I
put
haven't
it out
seen
there.
it.
It's a video on the channel.
Oh,
All right.
We're
Anyways,
here to
these
talk about the first nonstop flight around the
Aliens.
world without fueling.
Oh, was that 1986?
14 December, the Voyager experimental aircraft was the first vehicle to fly nonstop without refueling around the world.
Was that almost like a hot air balloon though?
No, that was an actual plane. They got it hanging in the Smithsonian now.
Oh, did it refuel in the air?
No, it just had so many gas tanks. Like the
Oh.
wings, the fuselage, it had that sort of dual fuselage in the back, and it had all those wings. Every little bit of it was full of fuel.
Sounds safe.
Wow, that's crazy. All right. Anyways, these were the movies that came out in 1986 that I thought, except for 3D. Top Gun wasn't in 3D. I don't know why I got that picture that says Top Gun 3D. But Stand By Me, Pretty in Pink.
You guys want to see a dead body?
right. That was
Oh, from Stand By
Stand
Me.
By Me?
Yeah, okay. Highlander, Howard the Duck, Big Trouble in Little China, Star Trek 4, Aliens.
Better to
and-
burn out than to fade away.
So is
all
this the
these are
cha-
great movies from.
Yeah.
All right, so
Aliens will be my favorite.
okay, hold on. So here's the challenge. Since John started, John, one quote from each of these movies.
From
Go.
each movie?
Yeah, from left to right, starting on the top
dang.
row.
Ferris Bueller. Jeez.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Ferris Bueller. I can't pick one out of my head.
Okay,
then
and Dean,
Come
your
on.
turn.
Bueller.
Oh,
Bueller.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Rick's playing. Okay, so Highlander, Rick.
I just did Bueller.
They can only be they can be only one.
Is that Highlander? 'Cause
All right.
Now I'm mixing it up with
Yeah,
other
it is.
Star Wars movies.
It's better to burn out than to fade away. Yeah.
All right, Dan, Top Gun.
I could see my
I
house
feel the
from
need.
here.
For speed.
The need for speed.
All right, and you guys
Nice.
did Stand By Me. Okay, John, back to you. Pretty in Pink.
The underwear scene, right?
You're giving me hard ones. I don't remember anything from Pretty in the Pink. Or
Did he
Howard
hold up the
Duck.
girl's underwear?
I remember
Pretty-
the movie. I
Pretty
can't
in
remember
Pink?
any quotes.
Yeah. She probably yelled Ducky. That was so funny.
I don't think there was like a famous line, right?
You
Is there
said
one from
Ducky at
Howard
least
the Duck
once.
then?
I haven't seen Howard the Duck in ages. I might have only watched it once or twice
All right.
in my life,
All right, Rick, you want the Big Trouble in Little China?
Ooh.
I know the aliens one. Can I do the aliens?
No.
Old Jack Burton says,
Again, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, man. But I can't think of a big quote.
"Have you paid your dues, Jack?" "Yes, sir. The check is in the mail."
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right, Star Trek 4.
Nuclear vessels.
Is that the one with whales?
The nuclear
If
vessels.
you don't start talking
we are looking for nuclear vessels
in Alameda.
in Alameda. Yes.
Oh my gosh. All
Can I
right.
do aliens?
A double dumbass to you too.
All
Is
right,
that the
go
one that
ahead.
come to Earth and
Ali-
find the whales?
Aliens, you ready? Well, I'm gonna die, man. We're gonna die, man.
How do we get out of this chicken shit outfit?
All right, I'm having some technical difficulties. So what I'm going to do is let me real quick just get out of the studio and I'll come back in. Hold on.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Game over.
Why don't you put her in charge?
I was gonna say, get your hands off her, you biatch.
What was the last movie up there?
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh yeah, that's not a knife. This
Now
is a
that's
knife.
a knife. Yeah.
Now
That's
think of a
nice.
second quote from that movie.
Um,
Oh, shrimp on the bobby. That's one.
Still haven't.
It's true
issues.
on the
I
Barbie.
don't know. Is that actually a quote?
He must have. Well, otherwise, why do people say it? Like,
He's going on walkabout.
because when you say it in Australia, they go, "We don't say that. It was just in that one movie." A
Yeah, I'm
false
still having some
flag up.
trouble with my internet. So just so you know, like I hear
We can
everything
see
kind
you.
of garbled. But
I think so.
you guys all
really?
seem like you're sounding fine, right? To each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're fine.
All right. I'm
Check.
just trying to shut
Check.
everything.
No
off.
one's
Yeah.
complaining except for you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because of how I hear it. Anyways, here are some toy lines that came out in 1986. You got the Inhumanoids were launched.
Yep.
Mad Balls.
Inhumanoids.
So
The
you guys-
evil that
the funny thing
lies
is,
within.
I've
Did
been
you collect
collecting
all of
toys.
these?
I was buying in 11th grade. I was
Nerd.
buying these Inhumanoid figures.
Nerd.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I was collecting even in high school.
Yeah, I
Nerd.
was still buying them. I had Decompose. And
I was not like 86 has kind of got to be the tail end of me even owning toys, but I do remember getting into BMX bikes and
Yep.
AFX. One of my friends in school had these cool AFX sets, and I ended up buying one and having a few extra cars, but I wasn't like showing them off to my friends and stuff.
I had a job in 11th grade. I was painting houses, so I bought all these figures with my own money. I had all the big Inhumanoids and I had all the smaller creatures, but I never bought any of the humans.
And you have a lot from your collection from your childhood, right?
No,
Dino?
I had to rebuy.
Okay.
The only one I still have is the rock guy. The one on the bottom of all the
Rock
middle
Lore.
left.
How many toys from your childhood do you have? Like Dan, Vern, and Super John?
I have a lot.
So does anybody know why they okay, does his trivia, who knows why they called the toys in the cartoon the real Ghostbusters?
I know
License thing.
because Ghostbusters was already a toy thing from
It
Filmation.
was already a cartoon.
Cartoon.
No, wasn't it it goes even further back than that, I think. I think there was
Yeah, it was a live action. That same cartoon was actually a live action.
I think what was it? Hanna-Barbera or something owned it?
Yeah, or Nickelodeon,
Filmation.
Hanna-Barbera.
And it
had
was
a
there was like a
Ghostbusters.
monkey and some other stuff.
No, it was a
Yeah.
gorilla.
Yeah, well, same thing.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
from
the same thing.
1975
Chimpanzee.
CBS TV show
Yeah.
called Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when they went to go do the TV thing, they couldn't use just Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And then the toy line ended up being called the real Ghostbusters.
I have them right here.
And to compete, they did the Ghostbusters cartoon weren't they on at the same time?
They were. That's exactly why they couldn't use the same name.
Yeah.
And I believe there is a new animated Ghostbusters series in the works for Netflix or something.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, hold on. Dean.
It might carry on with this color scheme. I don't know. If X-Men 97 is going to go retro, then why wouldn't they consider it with Ghostbusters?
Okay, you guys all look fine to each other right on the screen here.
You look fine to us too.
All right,
Yeah.
let me just but I'm getting all choppy. It's my internet.
Yeah.
Let me come
Let
back.
us know if Vern's all choppy.
Yeah, Max Headroom was 2 weeks ago. Vern.
So is it actually? I thought last week was episode 86.
What?
Was it 85 last week?
Well, it would have been the week before 86.
Right.
That's 85.
So this is a repeat.
I think it is a repeat.
Is this
Well,
live?
86 was that cool?
I don't know. I think this
Man,
is.
I can't say anything. I jumped into the wrong room. So
I'm
I've
an
done that
episode 84.
before.
Maybe that's why.
So speaking of Ghostbusters,
Yeah, did anyone get the car?
I guess we'll wait for Vern to come in. We don't want to jump ahead because
Oh, he'll be mad at us. Here.
Vern will be totally mad, and he will suspend us. We will this principal, is he a vice principal or a principal?
I wouldn't be mad. I mean, but like
Counselor.
hopefully you'll just pull up the Dan, can you see the presentation if you go to present?
is it what is it?
It's the one that's called it's the top. I have two. One, the Toy Duo host and the Toy Duo team. Do you see both of them in the present? Oh, under slides. So you go present and then slides. Can you see two? Yeah.
Okay.
So
right,
Gary says there's something wrong with the stream that we can still see Rick.
Yeah. All right.
No, I don't have those. I have the clips.
Okay. You can see it now on the bottom, right?
Yes.
Because I see you thumbing through it.
Yep.
But you can't, like, if you go to present, you don't see it. So it's just on my side. Then I guess I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you put it in there, I can move the slides.
Yeah. The problem is when I log out, I think this goes with me. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think it did.
I just checked, and I can actually see it after logging in.
All right. Okay, so this is the crowdfund update you did not know you needed, and luckily we have a Hasbro crowdfund we can talk about. It's the Ghostbusters HasLab, which comes with not one option but two options, which Rick will be happy to tell you he called out in his Left Coast Theories days ago.
He did.
Go ahead.
Well, you just said it.
Oh, okay.
You
No,
just
but I like the way they're doing this. I think it's my favorite. Is not such a funny word. My most preferred way of them making this two style of Ecto available. I think I don't see anything wrong with it. Like I think it's pretty cool, and it's not just tiers and hidden tiers and things like that.
Great.
So like the Cantina, here's our base offering. And then here's another offering for like $100 or so, like with more stuff. I think that's cool.
Yeah. I think that it's very different from the Cantina, even though it has the two price points, because the Cantina actually had attainable tiers, and this basically only has a fund in 2 weeks, and you get this extra figure, and that's it.
Yeah, I guess.
So basically, right now, that's the price for this stuff, and if it funds, you may get one more figure.
So why do you think the 2 weeks is such a big deal to them that it has to be funded within 2 weeks to get that extra figure? Why?
The annual quarter, the fourth quarter ends before November 30th, so I don't know. That gotta have something to do with it.
I also think it has something to do with them wanting to be able to like move it into more of a production thing, so they have pretty much a guarantee they're going to have it funded, so they should just keep their people working. And I imagine, man, if this thing like dragged out, there might be people's jobs on the line, right? Like people who are on the Ghostbusters team that maybe dealt with action figures. If this thing doesn't get funded within a certain amount of time, we may have to start thinking about laying you off because there's no need to have action figure stuff anymore.
And I just think for $75 you get 4 figures with all the packs and accessories and the extra electronic roof, and the sticker sheet. and some extra like bumpers and little things. But I think that's just, you can't beat that. Like it seems like, how could they do that? So I think it's great. I think it'll fund.
Do you think they're going to be stickers that you have to apply?
They are stickers.
I think they're going to be like those window decals that you put on like your glass windows that you can peel off and kind of put back on, and maybe if you wash it, it sticks back on again.
They're not going to be static cling, but Mr.
It's going to be something very similar to that.
He's been asking on Instagram if you want
Dave's Dimension
stickers.
posted that they had somebody talking to the Hasbro team, and they're going to be kind of making something that's semi-reusable that you might get 3 to 5 sticks out of it. So that's why I'm imagining it's going to be kind of like that window decal, but maybe with some adhesive on the back.
Oh, definitely was adhesive, just half the amount. So Mr. Stevie's been asking if people want the option of a removable sticker on the retro collection, because people do complain about those stickers and using hair dryers and whatever they use, lighter fluid. Because there is a lower tack adhesive where, like, some price tags are lower adhesive stickers, so they don't damage the product. So
yeah, right.
But I mean, like Vern said, you can only get a couple of shots. Like they're either paper, so they can rip, and if they're vinyl, they can stretch. So
yeah.
So here's the problem with like, I'm not a Pulse member, right? So this isn't going to be $3.99 for me. I got to add in the $50 shipping.
It's $25.
Is that what the price of the shipping is? Okay,
it's
so then that's not that bad. But check this out. It's like, so somebody posted a comment on my video that I did where I did the kind of wrap up on this vehicle, and they kind of said something about like they weren't really interested in the additional tier, but they kind of gauged each figure being about a $15 value and the roof rack being like about $15 with the breakdown. And that's probably right, considering the figures didn't have good resellability anyways, the original ones. But the thing is, it's like, then he said, oh, I think the base model should have been $25 cheaper considering the 4 figures and stuff like that. And then I started thinking like, well, I bet it was priced $25 higher than what they intended to make the deluxe tier seem more attractive.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't see many people getting not the deluxe tier. Do you know what I mean? Like for that $75,
you're getting 4 figures with all those accessories and the roof rack, which you may or may not ever use, but you're still going to get it.
And I guess the only tier is back it by this day, and you get the Rick Moranis figure. So that's include that with the normal Ecto 1 price. Like if more people back it in the first week or 2 weeks, whatever it is, then you get that free Rick Moranis figure, whether you back either format,
right?
The deluxe or the Ecto 1,
and everybody gets it, even if you don't back it within that window. It sounds like
even if you don't
really, it could be 3 figures in the initial bang.
So like if I wait out the and I crowdfund on the last day and just the base model, if it funded in 2 weeks, I'm still going to get the Moranis figure, the Tully.
Yeah, but if you're going to get it, you might as well just back it now, because we want that Rick Moranis. So don't wait.
It's a good incentive. Day. It's fair. It's always tough when you have these, crowdfund things close to holidays and stuff. And
check this out.
Overlapping with other crowdfund things from the same company. Look, you just paid for it 4 months ago. So
Storyteller saying they might be afraid of the world will end after the election. That's like a movie. But you know what might be close to the truth? You might be looking at a 2,000% tariff on this thing, which would make this thing $40,000.
No, they've already billed your
invoice. Guess who's going to be paying that? You.
Probably.
Jeez.
I think it's a good deal. I'm happy for this, and the people that can get it, Ghostbuster fans. It's not in it for me. Like, I'm a Ghostbuster fan, but I'm going to stick with my O-ring figures that I'm still waiting for, and then find the perfect 1/18 scale Ecto 1 for my collection.
So I just have, raise your hand, including the people in the chat. Put up your hand if you are going to get this.
In the chat.
Yeah, in the chat and on the stream.
Oh,
Are
I
you
see Jono's hands up.
Okay, so Jonathan's throwing some speculation out there saying that someone was saying last night that if you don't get the early bird if you don't back it before the time is up. Now the thing is, I'm pretty sure that's not how. Oh, hold on, that's not how I read it. I'm going back. I didn't find that.
Yeah, I pulled that up and I'm trying to read through the website to see if it's
Yeah, it's I was trying to go through the
They need
slideshow.
10,000 backers
as a
by, was it 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, so like because it said everybody gets the Tully, and we'll just read what it says. Hold on.
Yeah, they would not give it to people that, backed it the day after it makes 10,000 before the deadline.
So which costume did Rick Moranis have? Did he have the dark gray or the beige?
Yeah, my internet's super.
They both
slow.
had beige, like they wore beige and the dark gray. I don't think Rick Moranis was in the dark gray as well. I could be wrong, but I know all these 4 characters were in both.
Yeah, they were, but in the first movie, the second movie, they were in the darker, right?
Well, they were also in the lighter in the second movie with the
Oh, they were?
Ghostbusters 2 logo. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they wore both. Dave confirmed that with me the other day.
Okay. If
And they
Dave
do look
says
like
that
they're the same
then I
figures,
believe it.
just repainted, right?
What's that?
I think they said that all those head sculpts are new, but they didn't confirm. The bodies look to be the same bodies as the original Plasma series.
Yeah, it's probably because it's he's wearing Spiegler's outfit, so I'm wondering if they're just putting it on that body.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm sure.
Right.
It is for everybody. It's as a special bonus if the Ghostbusters Plasma Series Ectomobile Anniversary Edition traps the minimum backer amount within the first 14 days of the campaign. All backers will receive the 6-inch sleeve.
14 days, and it's free.
You know what? I'm gonna have to wait and see. I didn't put my hand up. I don't know how many people put their hand up, Dean, but I'm gonna have to wait and see. I mean, I just had my car worked on again for the second time in like 2 weeks, and turned out to be a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So I just have to see how things work out.
I get it.
So that's why I'm not putting my name in the hat right now, is because I may not be able to.
Can you, if you back it, can you back out?
Yeah, you can back out, but I mean, like, I don't want to have to have that in my head. I want to know.
It'll be like doing a subscription and forget that you didn't.
But if you guys in the chat want to help me buy one, you can always super chat.
Yeah.
I saw it has a USB plug too, so you can have it plugged in instead of always using batteries, which is pretty cool because the lights
really cool.
sounds are rad.
It is pretty awesome because not only you get those figures, you get these 2 ghosts, which is pretty cool. They look awesome here in these shots. Yeah. And then this is, of course, the 2-week tier that we were talking about.
Go back to that shot with Slimer.
Yeah, hold on. Slimer looks fantastic.
See, so they show Slimer like he's floating, but they show the librarian on the actual stand. Like,
it's just a picture that I took.
Be consistent, Hasbro.
Now, if you were lucky enough to get the Maddie collection figures back in the day, you could have the librarian in her scary form.
And were those like 7 inches, a little bit bigger?
I don't think they were. I could be. I don't know for certain because I don't think I own any. But even a ghost wouldn't matter if it was a little bit bigger, right?
No, enough. It's a ghost, like a background character. And Mondo announced yesterday some real Ghostbuster cartoon style colors, 7-inch figures.
Well, what do you mean? They've already done that the last Comic-Con.
Yeah, they haven't made them yet. They just keep revealing them every year.
Yeah.
I keep trying to move the slideshow, but it keeps like jumping back. What do you guys see on your screen?
We see the
2 vehicle
team with
the 2 vehicles.
The first image, I believe.
Okay, so mine's just slow because I see the 4 guys.
Now, how are you going to display it if you get it? Are you going to do the Ecto 1 or the Ecto 1A?
They both look really cool. I prefer the original myself, but I do like the caution tape and the little bit of differences on the part 2 because I remember it.
I'm definitely going to display it with the part 2 because I just think there's not a lot of toys out there that have the part 2 look to it. So I think it'll
Well,
just
the
stand
original
out. a little bit more.
Kenner did both versions originally, right?
They did, yeah, but I don't own that one.
With just the only difference was stickers.
Exactly. John, you're not getting it?
No.
Now we got Rick Moranis up. Is that what you see, Vern?
Yeah, because I'm slowly trying to catch up, but it's like it's hard for me because it kept jumping back and forth and stuff like that, and I think I pushed the button too many times. It just, yeah, I'm having technical difficulties today.
Now, John, you
I
never
mean-
collected Ghostbuster toys back in the day either, huh?
No, I had some with just the regular Ghostbuster guys, but I didn't get much else. And so no, I'm not. This
I
is
sold my vintage Kenner Ghostbusters last summer. I had a nice set with the Ecto one and stuff.
So that little board on the Ghostbusters 2 thing, Dave said that is not like a LED display. That is basically
Yeah.
just a backlighted
Solid
thing.
light,
Will
yeah.
have interchangeable messages that you can put
Yeah.
on.
Well, that's cool.
Which is still a neat
That's
idea.
fine.
Yeah. So
I
I
mean,
still think
there's
that's
only so
cool. And the
much they could
sirens.
do.
Did you see that short video where the guy was like had the sirens were going and stuff? They actually had it out there. It looks
Yeah. It
cool,
looks
man.
pretty big too. Like it's like, whoa, that's impressive.
It's almost 2 feet. I think it's 23 inches.
I would definitely just display it as the Ecto one, just because I have the 4 figures. Those are the only 4 figures really that I ever bought, were the 4 main dudes, and those are the only ones I even wanted. And then that's how I would display it. But I would probably get the deluxe just because it comes with the 4 guys and the other outfits.
Yeah.
Right. And then just to have those pieces optional. Like
Now, I wonder if the figures are going to be carded or like in a box.
I don't know. I bet you they're just going to come in a box. Probably like something that they did, some special box like they did with the
generic one.
G.I. Joe stuff.
But yeah, things like that to me are important, or like just as important. And like the box design for this car and the figures, like Dino just mentioned, there's no reason why they didn't show them to us yesterday with all the other pictures. They've already 3D printed a model. By this time, you know how big it's going to be. You know how big the box is going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well,
when I do this stuff with
okay.
Gentle Giant, like they don't
Hold on.
wait and ask me to design the package 4 days before they produce a toy.
No,
I'm designing it before they design
okay,
the toy.
but when you talk about package design, they've never had a HasLab package done
Right.
until like halfway through it, because what they
Yeah.
Oh, I
typically
know.
do is it'll fund and then they'll send you pictures and say, hey, well, these are some package designs. Maybe they'll have a fan vote.
But it's
the
something
thing is,
that they haven't done yet.
Let me
They
tell you
haven't
what the
shown
package is gonna
packaging
look
for
like.
any HasLabs.
It's going to look like
before
this,
they've come out.
except for this is going to be the Ecto one.
No, it'll be a good looking box. Like Hasbro has great designers that they use.
Do you
for a
think
lot
I
of
need to
their
hold on to
packaging.
this box?
So I think
Like-
they're doing it right. I think it's kind of fun that during the whole funding and all that, they reveal a little bit more. So it just makes it exciting instead of like waking up and opening all your presents in 1/2 hour and then
Nah,
that's
I
it for the day.
disagree.
But
It's
if you
like all
milk
the
it,
toys we
You know-
buy, we see the packaging before we buy it, except
But-
for the HasLabs.
yeah, but that's
Because it's a
and
crowd
A, they
fund.
probably
I don't think
don't
it's
have a
fun at
design
all.
because
I think
But
it
they
costs
could
money
do
for
part
that.
of the toy.
But
If
but
it
they've
doesn't
normally
fund,
given
then they
you
wasted
the
all their
option.
money.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost any extra because
Of course
most
it
of
does.
these
You have to
designers
pay somebody
work
to do it.
in-house and are
But
paid
it-
a salary to work Monday to Friday to do whatever they're told to do. So it's not like they have to work overtime to do this one box design.
Those look cool, Mike.
It's all
Maybe.
part of a program. where
No,
they're
I
pulling from
think that the way
templates
they
and-
do it is perfect, because I think when they come out with package design, they're probably going to come out with 2 or 3, probably going to do a fan vote. I think that's half of the fun of waiting for your hazard. Because I mean, like with
Well,
Galactus and
I
those
agree
other
to
ones, right?
disagree.
Like you paid for your HasLab in like October, November, or whatever it was. And then it's like you got to wait until the following November. At least then you get like this, like, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to give you this update
Yeah.
on the package in like
and it's
March. And then
talk.
you get excited about it again, like
Right.
it's coming out,
Like
because
if they automatically gave us a Tully, I mean that'd be cool. But the whole
Actually-
anticipation, whether we're going to get it or not, is exciting.
I believe
know?
we did see the Jabba's barge package and stuff, and a book before everything, like at the beginning, because they mailed out those
For
books.
which one?
The
The
barge.
the first one, the Jabba sail barge. I believe we did see that box. And
Oh, well,
stuff.
Rick,
the
that was like
initial-
1923. That was when
that was the
HasLab-
first
they were just
successful
started HasLabs,
big brand HasLab.
and it was a
it's not
big
like they
box
don't
with a
do it.
picture of the cell barge on it.
Nice
Yeah,
looking box.
well, these other ones are like
great
art
selling
pieces.
feature to
But-
have a
so
good looking package.
Yeah, these other ones are kind of like art pieces. I mean, they're
Are you saying I believe? That doesn't. You're not 100%. So you just
No,
the
because
word
I'm not
I
pulling
believe
up
is kind of a guess.
Hasbro from
no,
10
but
years
then
ago.
later, Dean, if he's right, he'll just tell you, like, see, I told you I was absolutely right.
Well, just go to the HasLab page that someone already has open.
It's already
But
done, so of course you're
I
going to see
know.
the
Well, they
box.
don't add pictures afterwards. Like this Ghostbusters thing, they're not going to add a
Yeah.
picture to the box.
I didn't even think you can see
to
that.
the thing
I don't-
after it's back.
Okay,
That's
hold
not
on.
what they do.
Rick,
think you
I
can,
challenge
Brian.
you to go to Hasbro Pulse right now and find the Cell Barge HasLab, because I couldn't even find the Sentinel HasLab on the Pulse site.
We're already into an hour. We got so much to talk about.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's move on to the next topic.
John's falling asleep over here.
All
I
right.
was
So
just
this
thinking
is
at
the
the
toy
beginning.
conversation you didn't know you needed, and it kind of goes right along with the whole idea of the HasLab, because this weekend at New York Comic Con, Hasbro
Wait.
announced a 22-inch or something Sentinel, and I have a question. Does this make the HasLab basically obsolete if they're just going to do these like timed releases or make as you order type things that would normally have been potentially a HasLab? Sentinel, Galactus, Giant Man could have all followed this same program right here.
I
that
think the
they've done.
price is a little bit different. This is actually under
Almost
200.
half.
Yeah, but Giant Man was $200.
Yeah, so this is under 200.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I mean, maybe does this okay? So it doesn't have lights, right? That's all you got with your Sentinel. But I mean, who got the Sentinel? John, you got a Sentinel.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I got the
I
small
got
Sentinel
Galactus,
on
but
the
not the
screen.
Sentinel.
Dan, you got the Sentinel.
Yeah, I got Sentinel.
How do you feel about this?
I mean, it's totally different Sentinel. And what? $299, right? The Sentinel was $299.
This one, this one is 175.
So $299. And what did we get? We got.
No, your Sentinel was, I think, 300 at the time, right?
Yeah, $299, right?
Yeah, 299. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So you got the Sentinel, you got the alternate head, you got a crushed hand, you got those little things that came out of the hands, the little twisty arm things, and then it came with a
tentacles.
couple of figures, the Bastillon and the
Yep.
other Prime or whatever.
Yeah.
I like
It
this
was-
new cartoon one way better.
But I mean, like,
Just
does
my
this-
favorite style.
does something like this Sentinel coming out for $175, where there's no limit needed to move this into production, obviously, does this just cancel out their whole HasLab idea where they say, we have this dream project, but we need X number of backers to move it forward?
I think it all comes down to price.
Yeah, I was
going
gonna say I'm more frustrated at the fact that we could have got the Sentinel for $200.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, like, but bigger than that to me is like this whole thing.
Right?
Look,
it's
But
very
that goes,
limited.
what?
It has limited articulation compared to the
Yeah.
$300 version. It's much.
I
has
don't know.
fingers.
I don't know if the articulation is going to be more limited. It definitely has
Oh,
a
it
more
is
streamlined
limited.
version. They have so much articulation in the hands. This thing has like 80 points of articulation, supposedly.
Yeah.
The arm joints look like the older Legends, so it looks like they're going to have that joint right there. Probably like the double, arm and leg. It's going to have pivots in the feet. It's got the pivots in the wrists. I'm guessing those glove pieces will probably pivot. Plus, it's got the extra faceplate. So I think fairly on par with articulation, right? Except for, I mean, because the Sentinel's doesn't really articulate super fantastic. I mean, it
Does
moves.
it have
You can get it in
butterfly
full
shoulders on
poses.
it?
What?
Does it have butterfly shoulders on it? The big one?
I don't think butterflies, and neither did the older Sentinel either. But my biggest thing that I think about this is they keep, like with the Giant Man, there was a bottom line. Like, we have to get 5,000 backers to move this into production. So if this thing is like made to order and only 500 people order it,
well, that one guy is going to order 500 guaranteed. Like it's an army building thing at a realistic price. So I would say 20% of people buying this new one are buying more than one.
sure, they're going to buy multiples, but let's say, okay, well, let's just say 500
So they're going to
people
get
buy
5,000
three.
made.
Let's just say
no matter
500
what.
people buy three. That's still not the 5,000 backers you need to move this into production.
Yeah, but there's
No,
no
but-
lights, there's no sound.
If they showed a
making
tracker
this.
on their website, you would see they've already sold more than 5,000 of them.
That's
Is
not
it
the
available
point,
yet?
Rick.
Like-
That's not the point.
Well, I
It's
thought
not
it
the
was.
point
You brought
of
up.
they've already sold 5,000. The point is if they only sold 500, they
Yeah.
would still make this. So their whole
Yeah, my
program
point
of
is though,
this
it's not a
dream
character
project
they're going
saying
to.
we have to
load.
have a minimum number of backers before we can move forward with this project. And if you look at the
Vern-
Giant Man, it is exactly like this.
Vern, it
Is
might
this
come
a
down
more-
to bait. I
What?
bet they believe that it was going to sell more, so they could almost
100%.
guarantee it was going to sell an X amount for the price and what it is, especially with X-Men 97 was so
Sure. I
popular.
mean, okay, but
Yeah.
do you think that Dragon Man was going to sell 5,000?
Yes, I think those will sell 2 times more than Giant Man. I think the Sentinel will sell 4 times more than Giant Man. I can't think of a least important
No, that's not what I'm
desirable
saying. I'm
character
saying,
than
did they
Giant Man.
think not Giant Man, Dragon Man was going to sell 5,000?
No,
I
I
mean,
don't
this
know.
that's what I'm
It's a
saying.
cool
Like,
toy.
they have this thing where they say we have to get a certain number of backers to move this into production. So this tells me they could have moved that Rancor into production with the 500 fewer backers than they got
Sure.
in that HasLab. But they created this artificial
Yeah.
pole jump level
They raised the bar.
that they almost hit but couldn't move it into production. But now they have a model where they don't even need a minimum level.
Yeah.
It's too bad because I bet you all 5 of us would have bought that Rancor, right?
Okay, but
No.
but you understand the point I'm trying to make now. It doesn't matter what they sold or what they're saying they're sold.
Well, it
What
does
I'm
because
saying is
the
what I'm
Rancor was a
saying is
HasLab, so
they-
it needed a level.
the HasLab.
This is not a
So-
HasLab.
So what I'm saying, they have created an artificial limit to move into production, which doesn't necessarily even exist.
No, but if you're in the toy business, it's realistic. Like same
Well,
with
it's
Gentle
not
Giant
realistic
Jumbos.
if
They
they're going to
wouldn't
just
make one
change their
if they
model
only
and say,
sold
we'll just
46 pieces.
we'll just throw this up for a month and see if we sell 100, and then we'll just have to make 100.
I think anything under
They would never do that.
$200, they don't do it as a HasLab. Anything $200 and higher is a HasLab.
Because they've
Well,
had
the
cheaper
Giant Man was
Transformer
$199,
HasLab.
right?
Okay.
And there's a
$199.
couple Transformer ones.
So
But
go
this
ahead,
will be
change
popular. We
your
all know it.
theory. Anyway, so do you think that the way forward should just be, let's not even bother doing a HasLab and let's just do this?
No,
No.
it's not popular. Like I didn't think the Ghost would get back because I didn't think it was that popular of a TV
So-
series,
so
cartoon show, or
If that
or vehicle.
Ghostbusters Ectomobile was done in the same format and they just said, no HasLab, but we're just going to offer this package that's 320, do you think people would get behind it? Or do you think they only want to do it because it's called a HasLab?
I
think
think it's the incentive of the time thing. Gears, you're like that
Yeah.
FOMO. Like you
This is
gotta
a
get
time
it.
thing, though.
But I'd
This
say
is timed
50% of the
also.
customers get it because they have to get it.
But the thing is, this is also timed. You have to order this within a certain amount of time. You cannot go
Yeah.
on
Yeah, yeah.
Hasbro right now and order
Yeah.
Dragon Man anymore. If
Yeah,
you didn't
no.
order it, you're not getting it.
But that doesn't mean they can't bring it back. I think a
Exactly.
HasLab. I think the
There's
difference
no
is that
rules.
a HasLab they've already stated they won't bring them back.
Right.
But
Okay, so
these things, 2 years from now, they could just say, "Well, we're going to bring back the there's enough demand for the Sentinel to come back. We're going to bring it back for another 5,000. Let's see what happens.
No, I'm going to picture this Sentinel and that Dragon Man as available at Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store next year sometime. After Hasbro fulfills their promise and orders, and I bet you they become available again.
Well, that's just because they bought a
Hasbro.
bunch of them.
Of course, yeah, they could make a deal and buy 200 of them too, right? Like,
yeah, so they probably just made a deal with Entertainment Earth and those guys to just they offered us some discount. Hey, buy it, like us, so we could get to this level where we can produce them, and that to me is like the secondary scam on the whole kind of time release. That's exactly what Super 7 did, right?
Hasbro just sent me one. It does so you guys can see it up close.
Nice.
So this, I believe, was $18.
I never got that one.
It's cool, man. It's like the big fig.
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
And then they also made one that's 8 inches for the retros.
Anyways, I have a HasLab Sentinel with no accessories if somebody wants to buy it so that I can buy the new one, because that one just looks way cooler.
You like the new one better?
It just looks so much cooler.
It does. It does, I think.
Really?
Now, if it came in a plastic bag, would you still get it?
Yes, because I'm going to take it out of the plastic bag.
In the chat, if they shipped it in a plastic bag instead of a package, you could see the cool X-Men 97 colors and graphics. Would you still buy it if it just came in a plastic bag or a brown paper bag?
Yeah.
Because I think it matters.
But this doesn't light up or
I don't
anything,
think
right?
so. What?
No.
There's no light up?
No.
No, what I think, this is what I think that they should do with this 22-inch Sentinel. They should do what they did with that retro carded one and put it on a retro style card back.
Yeah.
With the big one?
Yeah, it's so cool, man.
It'd be like a jumbo, Kenner Jumbo.
So I wonder if the
6 inches bigger.
Is the chest plate going to be like the one from the Cantina? You know how the Cantina has the tables with a light that you can put a light underneath it and it'll light up the candle?
Yeah,
it has one that has
the
a
chest
couple of
plate
wires
comes out
sticking
because
of it.
there's a broken chest plate, and then the face has like a broken face. In the reveals, I actually have pictures of what they had on display at New York Comic Con. So when we see those, you'll be able to see the kind of options that it had. I didn't pull any of the pictures. Well, here you can see the chest plate piece.
Yeah.
You can see the head has like some options, and he's got some blast effects.
Who's getting it?
This
Raise
is a
your
real
hand if
tough one
you're gonna
too,
buy one.
because it's the same situation I'm in with that HasLab, right? Like, I mean, can you do both?
Are you getting one, Vern?
Okay, I wish.
And Echo?
I told you guys about the car situation, so it's like I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Do I need a new car? I don't know what's happening. So
Dan, did you say you're buying it or no?
And
nope.
Yeah,
on this.
So right
John?
now at Hasbro, you can get the Ecto one for $400, the deluxe. You can buy this at Hasbro for $175, right? And you can buy that Dragon Man next week?
No, Dragon Man's done. You can't buy Dragon Man.
So that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that ended last week.
And what was that? $100?
No, I don't know. I think it was like 60 or something like that.
That wasn't that much.
So that's a lot of things. Like 2 within the same, Marvel Legends, and now Ghostbusters are separate, but a lot of collectors collect both.
This and the Ecto one, I think, are close in dates for when you have to buy it, right? So, like,
for sure there.
If you're getting the deluxe and you're getting this, that's $600 or $575. $600, you're out. That's it.
I wonder if Mike Hunt is going to buy it,
man.
Mike, are you going to buy this, Mike Hunt?
I like this. If I saw this in person at a local toy store or toy show, whatever, $200, whatever it was, I would consider it. Like, I can't do it now. I like it. I like the cartoony Sentinels very much. So
I may have a Sentinel and a Galactus going up for sale.
I have some popcorn buckets going up for sale. If anyone's interested, I need to get that Ghostbuster.
Eventually, they're going to make a big Sentinel head bucket, I think, Dino.
All right. Anyways,
is that true? The payment not taken until next year? For the Sentinel?
The day it ends.
Yeah.
When is that?
Yeah, as soon as it
Oh, when it ships, is that right?
No, not when it ships. When
Take the money right away.
Well, that would be next year. They're not going to leave it up for 4 months, are they?
Yeah,
I
I
know,
think
right?
that you have to pay when that. I think I bet you the pay, because usually when you pre-order something from Hasbro, they don't charge you until it ships.
Yeah.
But the problem is,
Except
because this is a
HasLab.
different situation, are they doing it similar to the HasLab that when you
Yeah.
order it, you got to pay for it because it's
Maybe.
a pay
I've
for
never
play
bought one.
situation, right? Yeah. Oh, but
Only
a printed
Dragon
cover
buyers would
thing
know
when
that
it
answer.
ships, but I'm not sure because I didn't order the Dragon Man, so I don't know if they
Well,
charge
yeah.
people for Dragon Man.
Apprentice
Well, I guess,
Jump
yeah, I
says
guess
when it ships.
Yeah. So
So
if
start
that's
a
the case,
HasLab on
we'll
end
see.
date.
I'll have to go look at the website and see what it says about payment.
because they take the money right away for the HasLab, but this
I
would be
think
just
so.
like
Thumbs up for
Once it
a
ends.
non-HasLab big toy. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will tell you that I like that model, even though you heard me say like, it's because I didn't think I ever believed in this like minimum order thing that they make up, right? Because when you calculate that minimum order, it's like millions of dollars for those guys. And I know they got to pay salaries and stuff like that, and they want their Christmas bonuses. But this type of a situation is like saying, hey, we're going to make this thing because we know you collectors want it. So the people who want it, order it and buy it. And that is a way better model than the HasLab.
Well,
In
just
my-
as
in
an
my
example
opinion.
for me, Vern, like when I make a character that looks like this weird looking chick, popular, very popular, but eventually I got to do Lobot. How many people are there lined up, with their, Lobot? I can't wait for Lobot to make a Lobot pin when, I still got to, make my minimum for my factory and stuff like that. And I'm not going to, it'll probably be the least favorite,
Yeah.
enamel art pin ever because of the character. But as my goal is to make all 100 of them. So
Well,
I understand.
Well, I'm still waiting for Lobot and Black Series, and when they announce that, I'm going to
There
be
you go,
like
yeah.
100% ordering that dude. So
It will get done eventually. But I
Right.
mean, it's not like they're not going to sell off the shelves. Like
All right.
we thought Lando was popular. What do you think his sidekick's going to do in the pegs?
So John is not only modeling his shirt now, he's also modeling his PJ pants.
The Lando, I think they put too many in the wave.
Yeah, 2 a case and stuff.
Yeah, 2 to 3 in a case, I think it was.
Instead of army builders like troopers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm hoping. It sounds like that it is a pay-in when you ship, according to guys in the chat. So hopefully, that's the deal. If that's the case, then yeah, maybe I will be on a Sentinel.
That would help with people backing their other HasLab projects from different
Except
brands.
for then I would be thinking when a HasLab pops up next year, I'd be going, oh shoot, I can't do that because I'm already committed to this.
Oh yeah, they'll do it the week before, Vern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is John still in his pajamas?
I don't know, because it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. Or he could be saying, or he could say, I just got in my pajamas because it's pretty late.
It's 4:00.
Yeah. All right. So this is the hot or not section.
If you're not going anywhere that on a day, you put blue jeans on.
I had to unpack my pants.
Yeah, I actually get dressed every morning in a Star Wars shirt and jeans or shorts.
I'm always. I don't think there's a time where I don't go out and do something. Unfortunately,
Rick puts on a shirt. That's about it.
Every day, man.
Dan's probably only wearing a shirt and his pullover right now.
I will.
Dan has hair though.
I will stay in pajamas or sweatpants or something casual all day long until I need to go out. Then I'll change into jeans and a shirt, go out, and as soon as I get home, I'll change back into pajamas or.
Do you ever wear those at Walmart? Because I think that's appropriate wear at Walmart.
Well,
at Walmart,
it's trendy for kids to wear pajamas at Walmart.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. That is exactly how you have to dress when you go.
If you're that one kid not wearing pajama pants at the mall, you're out.
Lame.
If you walk into Walmart with jeans on, they think it's Sunday.
Yeah,
they wear that to school now too.
Can I ask you guys a question? Like, so recently I got, for one of these holidays, I think Father's Day or something like that, I got a Star Wars shirt, but it was one of these that said it was a large, but it felt like an XXXL.
Yeah, I got
And-
one of those. My daughter got me one of those.
And yeah, my daughter said it's the style. Is that
That's true.
true?
Oh, I don't know about that. Right?
Well,
I know. I got my daughter
North
got me an
America
extra large
has
shirt,
one of
and
the
it's like
larger
a
sizes of
triple.
all the shirts.
Yeah. So I'm
So
curious
if you-
to know, what do you guys think in the chat? Is oversized the new style, and am I just being too because
It's just a brand. It's just everyone makes
1970s.
it's either
I'm
Fruit of
used
the
to wearing-
Loom or it's Hanes. and
Yeah,
they're
I'm used to
both
wearing
different sizes.
Islander shorts from Kmart, so I mean, it's hard for me to wear an oversized shirt.
It's funny you say that because, like, separate to Old Navy here now, I think you guys have them too. It's called Uniqlo. It's like Old Navy from China or from Korea or wherever it's from Asia.
We don't
But
we
it's
don't have that.
No.
For sure you do. It's a big.
No, we
Okay,
don't
well,
have it.
anyway, we have it.
Yeah,
and there's
of
lots
course
of clothes
Canada has it.
companies, but they have like one size. It's so everything's one size, and it's all like,
Hey,
for
let me
men
ask
that
you-
are like 100 pounds. Like,
What is
so they have cool shirts, Star Wars shirts, but they don't fit me because it's in their one unisex kind of Asian size that is
What are you trying to
all
say?
over the world.
What are you trying to say about Asian sizes?
They're
Yeah,
smaller than American sizes
They
because they
skip
don't
on
have
there,
6
maybe.
foot tall, 200-pound people there.
Every week.
Yes, they do. They're called sumo wrestlers.
See, let me ask you a question, Rick. What does Canada produce that they export to the U.S.?
Maple syrup.
Hanes,
What? No, really.
Maple
not,
syrup.
not Hanes.
Maple syrup.
Stanfield's, the underwear company.
Okay, so how much would those cost
Those are
in
made in
Canada?
Truro, Nova Scotia.
How much would they cost in Canada?
I don't know, $5,
3-pack.
$5.
Okay, 5 times. What's 5 times 2,000?
10,000
Because after the U.S. imposes a 2,000% tariff,
to China, not to Canada,
then you're going to be paying $10,000.
not to Canada. Canada
No,
has
to
we
all
still have-
countries
when
that
it comes
import
to
the
underwear
US.
and like potatoes. We still have
Anyways.
free trade.
All right, these are the toys revealed that you did not know you needed.
I thought we just went through them.
No, we were talking about a crowdfund. So
Yeah, I didn't
during the panel at New York Comic Con, which was an hour, which they chose to live stream Transformers reruns instead of their own panel on their website, which I thought was weird because when I saw that they were live streaming, I clicked right on over and realized, oh, they're
really?
just live streaming Transformers. I had to go to somebody else's YouTube channel to be able to watch the New York Comic Con panel, which was interesting because all of the brands had to fit their stuff into a 1 hour
Yeah.
panel.
But they
That
did
was
it. They did it.
Crazy. All right. Anyways,
The
this
worst
is-
packaging ever made. Right
Yeah,
there.
why would you buy? Why would this be a hit? I mean, it's stupid.
Believe
This
it or not,
packaging.
They had
this
that packaging
was
before.
the worst
the kids
packaging when it
love
came out.
this package. They
No.
love it. All the Anakin Padme lovers.
This
All the
has
people
more
that
No, they don't.
love
And
it.
all
Yeah,
I
they
hear
do,
all
man.
the time is these
Check
things
my-
don't
My
stack.
posts. Check all the YouTube
These-
videos.
These
the
things
kids love
don't
it.
stack.
do you
Like,
remember?
when you go to there's a store near here called Tate's Comics and Toys, and they have the original ones from when they first came out in these packages, and all you hear all day is everyone hates this package style, and
Do you
that's why they
remember,
have
though?
so many of them
You know, this
still
is
on the
6
shelf.
Hold on,
right?
hold on. Do you remember when they did that the throwback package? They were with the Kenobi and the Anakin and stuff like that, and then they did this
Those
similar.
are $150 now.
Yeah, they did those packs. Everybody was like hounding after them. I know it was during the lockdown, so that everything was so scarce back then. But people will buy this package now just because they're like, oh, that's like a rehash of some old thing.
Yeah.
You know, people
Well,
will
it's a new
jump all over it.
Popular.
No, I agree. I
Clone
agree.
Super
It's
figure.
still the worst
with extra
packaging, though.
accessories.
People
It
are
is
gonna
the
buy.
worst
People are gonna buy
packaging.
2 of these so they can open one, and this is the one package.
Yes,
They don't keep any
absolutely.
other packaging, but they're gonna keep this one.
These are the worst. to
Removable
put in the
helmet
bin.
is different. The first
Yeah, they're
two
horrible
releases
though because
did not have removable
they
helmet.
don't stack well. You can't put them
They
anywhere.
don't
You can't
stack
store
And the
them anywhere.
hologram
They get
emperor
crushed
is an
really
added
easy.
bonus.
Oh man! All right,
I
can't
like
say
it.
enough about
Yeah,
this.
he's got a little hologram emperor. You're right.
It's not for me. Like I already have this figure. I don't.
They said this is the first time that he comes without with a removable helmet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And the
you could.
spirit-
But if you bought another stormtrooper that had the removable helmet, you could like do a head swap on your old one, and you can have them posed exactly like that, holding a helmet. with his removable helmet, basically, right? Because they
Yeah.
all look. Yeah. All right, and then this is McFarlane's Batman Beyond Bat Boat.
It's a Batmobile,
Wing?
believe it or not.
Bat-
It's a Batmobile.
It's a flying Batmobile.
So this
Yeah.
is like the hovering DeLorean because it's
It's
in the
little
future.
Blade Runner, yeah, a little episode. And Anakin, what's Anakin flying in one of those? What's that in the prequels?
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? If you actually bought this, ripped off the roof, you could theoretically repaint that and make it look like one of those futuristic cars
For sure.
in from Star Wars.
It's cool. I don't know
Looks
this
like
cartoon
Zan-
or
it does kind of
series.
look like Zan Speeder, yeah.
Yeah,
It's Batman Beyond, right, John?
yeah, Batman.
Yeah, Batman Beyond, yeah.
It's a cool looking vehicle. Like,
Yeah, it does look really cool. Now I'm confused. Do they have two versions of this? One without the figure and one with the figure?
yes,
Okay.
I
So-
want to know where the wheels are.
it flies now, man.
They fly now?
It's a hover
They
one.
fly now?
Why does he need it if Batman flies? Like, he's got wings too.
And yes, Northern Nomad, Seth from What's Poppin' lives in my area. We've bumped into each other a few times.
Now,
Who-
when
who
you say
knocked over
bumped
who if
into
you
each
bumped
other,
into
do you
them?
guys like you're at
Well,
the
the big
grocery
guy.
store, you're like looking at shelves, you're both walking backwards, and then you bump into each other?
We happened to be at a comic book store or something like,
You're looking at
Bits and
comics,
buttons
and
or
then you just
tapes,
bump into each other.
and usually the owner of the store goes, "Hey John, since you have your show, do you know Seth who does What's Poppin'?" And we always go, "Yes, we've met each other before." You know.
Now who's more famous?
Oh, Seth is for sure.
Vernon
Seth-
forgot to
Seth's
Photoshop out
channel's-
that one
I
little
think
white
Seth's
part.
channel is way bigger than mine, right? He has way
Yeah,
more.
but he does have a lot of subscribers, but who's more famous?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you, because usually how it goes is, I'm very talkative, so a lot of the owners and everybody who runs these stores know me. So usually they go,
Yeah,
"Hey
but they
John,
know you
do
as
you know?"
John, the guy who comes to the comic book store.
They usually go to me, "Hey, do you know that Seth's here from What's Poppin'?" And they go, "Hey Seth, do you know John?" You know what I mean? And then we
Never
go,
heard
"Yeah,
of
we've bumped
Did
into
they
each
go
other."
like, "Do you know Seth from What's Popping?" Or they go, "Seth, do you know John, this guy that comes in here all the time?"
No, they say from Super
just-
Awesome Geek Show. Yeah,
They go from the Super Awesome Cooking Channel.
yeah, they do. Or the Super
When he-
Awesome Game Channel.
When he
They're
sees
up
me,
now,
does he say,
by the
"What's
way, you know.
popping?"
Do you have
Oh,
a game
good,
channel now?
good.
Yeah. It's been on YouTube. It's been in my
He's
YouTube
been
members
advertising
thing,
it.
and
Come on.
yeah, what the hell? How do you not know by now?
Jeez.
You were the
Dude,
first guest,
I'm
Dino.
so busy, man. I barely
Wait,
have enough
you know
time
what?
to.
Hold on. And Dino's the one that keeps talking about community.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I'm a member to his channel.
All
What
right,
do I
anyway.
get to be a member to all of them?
No, you should have seen the member thing pop up saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
check out the game channel."
All right, I'm
This is
super-
a cool Superman, though.
Yeah, I'm super excited for one of these two. And it's not the new one. That Christopher Reeve looks really good. I saw a photo that somebody took of the one on display at New York Comic Con, and I was like, man, that is a really good likeness.
Is that a
It does
cloth
look
cape?
good.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered it before Amazon decided to make them $55 instead of 29 Canadian.
Yeah, so this
And that's, I don't know. Do you guys see that in the States? Because I don't notice it on .com ever, where
what
they
happens,
actually
Rick, is
change
somebody-
the price.
somebody goes in and they buy them all,
Yeah.
but they don't have Amazon ship them. They just turn them around, and it's basically now being sold by this other
No, when
person
this is-
through Amazon.
As an Amazon affiliate, I use Amazon, like Amazon as a seller, not third party. So this is actually Amazon's listing price now. It's changed to $52. I
Right.
heard they do that when they have one item left.
No,
Um,
I believe that what happens is you can buy stuff from Amazon, but let them hold it and sell it for you. And,
it's called
and then
Amazon
it kind of
third-party
still
seller
looks like
program.
it's coming from Amazon, but you're making profits on it.
That's weird. I'm glad I beat
Yeah.
that.
So this other one's a 2-pack from the Batman v Superman.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
And then that is the Wonder Woman from the Batman v Superman, and then a couple of Batmans.
Yeah, these three actually look really cool. The soft goods cape on the armored Batman, and the other guy just with Batman in a trench coat.
No, it was from that dream sequence where he's
Yeah,
out
yeah,
in
yeah.
the desert and stuff like that. That's like a desert coat.
And they're also available as a 2-pack, and they're also available individually. So
Oh,
what
really?
he did, which I don't know if he did on purpose. So one day, maybe it was Thursday, he revealed the 2-pack, and a 2-pack went up for sale on, Walmart and Amazon and big bet. Then the next day, he released them both individually for the standard retail price, and everyone went back and like either canceled or switched their things. But it's weird that they did that one day apart, so people could cancel or not order, or because you wouldn't order both. And it's weird that they
Yeah.
have two options like that.
The thing is, like, I won't get them because they're out of scale. I did like the like with the Wonder Woman figure, right? What I did was I ended up just getting this version, which was the figure arts or whatever, or the Mafex version.
Oh, that's a nice one.
And I feel like it scales well with basically all of my regular.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think McFarlane broke
If
records.
you have a different shelf, like a DC shelf and a Marvel shelf and different scales.
And all of Todd's cartoon
I try not
figures
to have any different
are
scales.
6
I try to keep everything in that around 6-inch scale.
Because
But
Star
yeah.
Wars will make a 2-pack a little later with a super battle droid, repack them and paint them. But never did I do see companies release both at the same time. Here's a
So I got my
pack.
some DC stuff up here, Dean.
Yeah.
And then over here, I got like some of my Japanese stuff that I had from when I was a kid. And then as you go, I have kind of like some of my legends here and stuff like that. And then right down here are going to be like kind of like my customs and stuff like that. Indiana Jones is right here. And
so everything's 6-inch. You keep everything 6-inch. So
yeah, pretty much everything in the 6-inch scale.
If you need, to get rid of that Pegasus from Clash of the Titans, because I know that's not 6-inch scale. You can.
Well, that's separate, right? Because that's in a separate area where I'm gonna be where I keep all kind of like my more vintage stuff, because I have my whole other side here is Star Wars. I try to keep all my Star Wars together, but then I have like a top shelf where I have like my 12-inch GI Joes and all that kind of stuff up there, and then eventually somewhere up here will be like my miscellaneous little 4-inch vintage figures, like with my Clash of the Titans set up and stuff like that. I'm just not done.
Yeah.
It's always a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So this was from New York Comic Con. I believe these are Mezco.
No.
Yeah, I believe they're Mezco 5 points. They're called.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they look
So
really
retro
cool.
style, but modern pricing.
Right. $500 for a Batman.
No,
I don't
think
know how
these
much.
are like the same price as we're paying for 6-inch figures.
Yeah,
And I
think
believe
they're
these are 4 inches, another like not 3.75 and not 6-inch, but in between.
yeah.
How much were the original? Like
They're
Kenner one?
modeled after
Well, in
the old Kenner
1986,
colors.
Dean, they were like $2.93.
Yeah.
Well, how big were they, though?
4 inches, 4.5.
So they're the same size as the original. Why not just get the original then?
Because. All right, let's move on.
There's
Exactly.
23
Hey, what the
Uniqlo
heck is this?
in
This is
California,
a 3D
and
movie poster.
and there's one in San Diego, Vern.
What?
Uniqlo, they're in San Diego.
This is.
This is cool.
I think I've seen this before though.
Yeah, I had a couple guys comment on it after I saw it, and they said it's cool. It looks cool. It has that Dungeons and Dragon gelatinous cube kind of
Although
feel to it.
I
So
do
they
have
say
to
it looks like it's
question-
worth $30, but apparently it costs $50.
I do have to question the physics of the way the water's moving up on top. Like, what's starting the wake 4 inches ahead of her head?
Oh, because she's deep in the water, John. So we're water moves back and forth because of the
I think it's a neat idea. I like it.
movement of
When
the
you're
ocean.
swimming through the water, you part the waves.
Yeah,
that
she
go
wasn't
around
swimming
you.
that good, and
No,
she's
but
probably
something is
fighting a little bit.
Something is parting the waves ahead of her.
I think she was fighting like an undertow and stuff like that. So all that is like normal. When you're,
The shark was the
Look,
undertow.
she's not in a pool; she's in the ocean.
I think they made this before though. I've seen this exact toy.
You can
Or-
make this. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
maybe it just
You
popped
can
up
make
on
something like this.
Twitter yesterday. They're on display at New York Comic Con.
And
Now,
those
who-
teeth are
company.
wrong. Those
Who's
teeth are
making
not.
these?
I
What's
don't
this
know.
from?
It's
I see a
called
gremlin next to it. Is this NECA?
Those
No, it's
teeth are
called
not the
3D
proper
toy or
great
something
white
like that.
shark teeth. Those teeth are wrong. That's not the shape of great white shark teeth.
And they're kind of big considering the one that
They look just like the zombie duck that I made. Those teeth.
Code
I wonder if they
11
use
is
the
its
same
call.
material.
if that shark was that big, you think he would have bit that small of a hole in that little dinghy boat?
Oh,
It's
he
a Jaws 3D
yeah.
movie poster statue by SD Toys.
Yeah.
$57
cool.
on Amazon.
I'm not buying it. All
I
right.
think
And
it's
then,
really cool.
It's 10 inches.
Yeah, it's cool.
Solid.
It's really cool. It actually is awesome. Really, I think.
But
Here were
60
some-
bucks. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
G.I.
Team
Joe.
Bear.
G.I. Joe classified reveals Tom
Nice.
Selleck and a bear.
Good looking bear, man.
I could see getting this bear set. I think that's pretty cool.
How much do you think that's going to be?
Oh, good lord, $69.
$54.
Yeah.
60.
Yeah, I bet it's going to be well over the 50.
I
comes with a
hope
bear
it's
trap?
50. I hope it's around 50, but I bet it's going to be 69.
Well, again, we talked about this before. G.I. Joe has, I think, 2 separate price points for this. So it's either the price of the deluxe or it's the price of the main line.
That price
that's-
point thing that they came out with before has gone out the window
it's
now.
still the same.
Yeah, no, it's over. They've messed it up. That was only good for like the week that they announced it. It's now their prices are not what they agreed on.
And then who is the other guy?
I can't remember.
Tom Selleck.
It looks like Tom Selleck though.
Do we have? Is it
Looks a little bit
Footloose?
like
Do we have
Dandy
a-
without the bangs.
Did we
It
get a
does look like
Footloose
that.
yet? Is this?
Oh yeah,
Footloose?
yeah. That's I think that's who it is. You're right.
It's Footloose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Footloose. That's correct.
Footloose and Fantasy, but he does not look like Kevin Bacon.
Well, no, he
Oh.
didn't in the
Speaking
original
of
either.
Kevin Bacon, has anybody seen Maxine? I watched it last night. It was good.
Mm-mm.
No, I saw that Max had it.
Yeah, it was actually really good. If you like that series, it was good.
And speaking of
anyway,
polar bears,
The bear has an interchangeable fur piece with like arrows sticking out of it.
yeah,
Oh,
they said there's a secret underneath it too.
I'm sure that goes right into that front arm because you can see like
yeah,
the little line there. It looks
Yeah,
really
his
cool.
shoulder here.
Yeah, it
yeah,
looks
that's a
really
cool idea. I like that.
McFarlane revealed today a line of figures from the Red 5 Santa Claus rock movie,
Yeah.
and one of the characters is a polar bear, and they showed a figure for that, and it looks pretty badass.
That's cool.
It's like a standing polar bear in a SWAT team uniform.
This is the only figure that they revealed for the vintage collection that got a applause during
Yeah.
That's
the
a
panel.
neat animal thing though. That's pretty cool.
And then
And this
the
is the
chat,
only figure I guarantee will be at Ollie's next year.
and then the chat went crazy and was like, "Can this be over already?" They go. Some people were like, "This would be cool in Black Series," and then people were like, "Oh yeah," saying that in the chat. This is going to be the Ollie special. They're keeping Ollies in business. Blah blah blah. I was like, "Wow."
And John,
So-
the people that clapped for this Ahsoka toy are the ones that want that Clone Commander Cody, package.
Which will
So-
also, those will be at
Hey,
So
Rock.
are
people.
do you get the one? You get one figure and she has an interchangeable head.
Yes,
And then she comes with that cloak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
they said
Yeah.
it's a new helmet, so they said it's a little smaller.
Same body and everything, just the helmet's different.
I think.
Oh yeah,
Is
you
it
know
a-
what's
is it a-
interesting? Check this
Is
out.
it a removable helmet or is it switchable head?
Look what
It's
Jumpy's saying.
switchable.
He says this looks like
Switchable head.
Pedro Pascal, and it kind of does.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
swappable heads. That's their kind of new style for vintage collection.
Yeah,
I'll get this when it goes to
And the
Ollie's.
dog, I think, has
Yeah, when it
extra
goes to
back leg.
Ollie's.
It goes-
Yeah, no, I
extra back
definitely
leg
would
that
with
get
one
that.
up
Marvel
for
Legends
I
dog.
think that's a cool looking animal vehicle, like animal rider thingy.
I don't know.
agree.
I don't think it'll go
Great.
to Ollie's. I think it's going to be a pretty big seller.
every one of these deluxe figures has gone to Ollie's. Every one.
Yeah.
I have no interest
Peter
in
Bite.
it. I don't collect any of the TV program figures anymore, unless they go on clearance.
All right, so this was
Let me grab
another
one.
GI Joe reveal. This is actually really cool because
Yeah,
they're supposedly so you can fit them together, right? Like
Yeah, like your shark cages, Dino.
yeah,
Oh, they're
and
stackable and stuff. Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
So the one two in the back are like two of them stacked on top of each other. So this is actually really cool because
But the
when you think
problem
about
is,
shelves and dioramas and stuff like that, this is just making like a
Yeah, this is
diorama.
great. This is close to playset of they've
But
gotten in a long time.
Right.
the problem though is like, because it comes with a figure, they're going to jack the price up to $50 or $60, and then you're not going to. It's going to be prohibitive to buy more than one.
Yeah, until they show up at Ross and Ollie's.
Yeah, until they
this
show
is
up at
the
Ross and
army
Ollie's, yeah.
builder.
Yeah.
Right. They're
Exactly.
gonna
At
be,
least
you know
it
how
is
much
an
they're,
army
builders
builder
correct.
figure. Yeah,
you know how much
It
they're gonna
is a
be at
better-
Ross and Ollie's?
it is a better paint job for the Alley Viper than
They're gonna
the,
be $15.
yeah,
Bunch of sandbags.
and it is a better paint job for the Alley Viper than that pink and orange one was.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I thought of those shark cages that Dino did a video
Now,
on.
John,
You could stack 2 or 3 of them beside each other, and
Yeah.
John, let me ask you a question. Would you rather, or Dan, you don't collect any of these, right, Dan?
What?
we
G.I.
can
Joe?
inbox her too.
Yeah.
Would you rather them just sell the booths,
Yes,
Hmm.
without the figure.
and then
I-
you would like?
I would like everything that's in the set except for the figure, so that the set could be
Oh,
like
really?
$29.99 or something.
Okay.
And then I
Yeah.
would probably buy. I would end up buying like 3 of them. You know what I mean? But as it is now, I might not even buy one because it's going to be $59.99 with the figure, and I'm probably not going to buy one. It's going to go to Ollie's or Ross, and then I'm going to buy 3 of them at $15 at Ross. You know,
Yeah, right. Look at JT. They're GI Joe Portaloos, but these are Cobra Portaloos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got a toilet in it, I think it's worth it.
You can get
Oh my
toilets
God.
now. Dino showed those. You can get
Yeah,
them at
you can
Target.
just buy one and stick one inside. That would be
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's really big.
Oh
I'm
my
still gonna do a
God.
video on that one.
That would be hilarious.
We'll see it next year when they come out.
All right, and then Dr. Evazan, is it?
Yeah,
Dr.
this looks good.
Evazan?
I like
Is
the
it
card back.
doctor?
cool.
Yeah. So what's cool about this one? It's I think they did the photoreal face, and the card back is different than the original.
Let me ask you guys a question. Where do you think he got his medical degree?
Not in cosmetic.
And why
The
is
back
he?
alley and Tatooine.
So what
No, he
caused him to
was-
be an outlaw, wanted in 7 sectors?
12 systems.
Oh, 12.
Yeah.
And who operated on his face? Did he do that himself?
I think that was Ponda Baba.
Hey, Mike and Jonathan are saying those are 2 different versions of that hut.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, this is a non-figure version, has a different roof accessory, and Mike said that they showed one without the figure and one with.
Oh, okay.
See, and I thought when they were showing it in the slide presentation, I thought that the one that they showed without the figure was they were just showing the booth, and then they
The
said that
final
they
product
were
may vary.
they said that they were they work together, right? So if there's a different one, that's really cool. If it's just one, I don't know. So we'll
So
have to-
all that complaining was false. So
Yeah.
they actually did make a single one.
I
we'll
don't
edit
see.
that part
We'll
out.
see.
Good
I
thing
mean,
you guys did your research.
listen. The thing is, they did a 1-hour thing. Everybody spoke quickly. The GI Joe person wasn't even there. They just gave somebody
Why
else
did it take
notes.
longer
I
than
couldn't
1
even
hour?
barely hear the audio. But I'm so concerned about this guy being a doctor in the Star Wars universe.
Right?
Yeah, he got sued for malpractice, left the medical
You know what?
area.
Do you remember this? Do you remember this Twilight Zone where these people had to have plastic surgery?
Yeah.
the pig
It was
face
called
people?
the.
Because they looked just like this Evazan guy.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe he got the surgery wasn't a success. That's why he got banned and sent to a galaxy far, far away.
I
Yeah,
figured out. Hammerhead did it. Hammerhead just smacked him one.
All right, and then
It was called the Eye of the Beholder. That
these are
episode.
probably the most anticipated action figures of 2024. The only problem with this, knowing that these are coming and probably going to come out before the Skeleton Crew TV show hits, I have a feeling that all of them are going to die in the show.
well, they're dead. Yeah, they're not even going to be bought.
Are these
by
the?
anybody.
Is this
Maybe.
the Stranger Things series?
Yeah, it's the Star Wars Stranger
Skeleton
Things.
Crew. Yeah, these are
Skeleton Crew.
available now in like the UK. Like they have them now, some of the stores, and one seller in Canada has the new vintage collection ones. So they'll definitely be out before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before the show, so that you won't know that they have all perished, just like in the Acolyte.
Oh yeah, it says fall on here.
Right. So you want to grab these before the show is not renewed for season 2.
I like Blue Elephant, dude, and I haven't even seen the show. He's just a cool character, kind of like that
That's,
four-armed
that's Max
John
Rebo.
Favreau raccoon-looking thing, and that little raccoon from Acolyte, that badger-looking character. He's cool.
Why did they steal the visor from Star Trek Next Generation?
Yeah, they totally did.
Visors on
And the
that.
Lax
Jordan.
Sivrak-looking guy looks pretty badass.
You guys are funny. All right. And then G.I. Joe also had a firefighter. This is going to be kind of their real life heroes line or whatever. So they got a firefighter.
Legacy
Jaws of
collection.
Life. We got a
It'll be
Jaws
really
of
cool because they should have like a police guy, right?
Yeah.
They should have
An Indian. They could have like the village people of G.I. Joe.
No, but it's a good idea, like for
I like
generic
it.
service people in this scale, like for them to do it before Valaverse or other people jump on it, because it's what it would do pretty well, I think.
right. You okay, Dan?
I'm reading the who is this? The His Tank article.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to fact check this.
The
Bunker thing.
conversation. The
What else
conversation.
could they do?
No, I'm still
Firefighter,
stuck on the bunker thing.
policeman.
This is Mondo's versions of the real Ghostbusters. I think Mike said he was going to grab these instead. They look really cool. I mean, if you were a real Ghostbusters fan, right? Like, I
Too
think
bad they
look
won't
good.
fit in the new Ecto.
Yeah,
they look animated. They really look like the animated ones.
yeah,
Really
they
do.
look good. I mean, Mondo
look-
does some. I just wonder how much they're going to cost.
I think they
I think
come
they're
with
$100.
they come with a ghost. So I think
Yes.
are they like close to 300, like 250?
No, I think they're $100 each,
But they come with a ghost.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Each one.
and they're 7-inch tall. These guys
Yeah, but it's more than $100 each.
for a 7-inch action figure.
I thought they were.
Well,
not an
Rick, what you
import?
got to remember is this is Mondo.
I know
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
why I'm telling you the price.
Yeah. Mondo doesn't make anything for less than $175.
Mondo
think-
never used to make 7-inch action figures. They only made 12-inch and bigger.
Well, they do
action
now. Okay.
Yeah.
They do now. You know why? Because Funko owns them.
and the rumored price will be about $100 American.
Oh, Mike's
For
saying
one-
they're 6
but
inch.
they come with a ghost though, Rick, right?
6-inch.
Yeah, Mike's saying they're 6 inch. And so, yeah, I can see $100 now.
6-inch would be smart because it might be able to fit in the Ecto.
And it looks like these are all coming back. These were on display at the New York Comic Con.
The packaging's pretty cool.
Now you care about packaging?
I always cared about packaging,
Come on.
didn't I?
Come on, be
Are
nice.
these
Come
NECA,
on.
Dino?
Yeah, this is NECA. I'm gonna put these in my front yard. Did anybody watch my video of decorating my Nightmare
No,
Before
when did you
Christmas?
put that out? Because I don't get notifications from your channel.
You should
I-
subscribe.
You got a channel?
Good channel.
Yeah, I just
All right,
started
and
one.
then NECA also had on display superhero Ben Cooper's.
Oh, now
Look at that.
I need to know is this what the costumes look like back in the day? I can't remember.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they're
did.
exact replicas, all these.
So the Joker, I see when I saw the Joker, I'm like, maybe this is how they really were because I can see them Ben Cooper putting the image of the Joker on the shirt.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta
they
tell
put
you, though-
Yoda on a Yoda one.
I don't think it really matters at this point because these look fucking cool
They
and
do. They
they're
really do.
superheroes.
Oh, they matter to me because it has to be a Ben Cooper figure because the next wave that's coming out, you're probably going to show. I don't think I'm interested in any of those.
I'm not going to show any more Ben Coopers. This is it.
Okay, because they had more coming out.
Yeah, but they were. Yeah, I think they were. Not
Thanksgiving, they had Captain Spaulding. I mean, great movies, but
I mean,
Ben Cooper never
honestly,
made it.
Modern
these are the
takes
only
on the
ones that they showed off that like matter.
That mattered.
mattered to Vern.
Mad at Tavern, yeah. Yeah, these are tempting, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I might get the Batman because I remember the Batman mask.
They look great because they're so big on the children's heads. They look
Yeah.
exactly like they should.
Yeah.
Like onesie, like just a one piece.
Let's see. Hold on. D Griff is in the chat. He's saying he's looking forward to the Mondo 6-inch line for Motu 6-inch, but I'm wary of what the price point will be. Just want to say, hey, welcome to the show because I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Mike saying that $200 for the 2-pack Ghostbusters plus a large ghost. The mentioned single packs for $100 as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But I
did
think the
watch
new figures
the panel.
come with a ghost.
Yeah. No, I didn't see those other Ben Coopers. Otherwise, I would have put the picture in here, but this is what I saw.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you this time.
All right. And then this is Diamond Select. Apparently, they're going to have the weird posing on this made me think that he had his arm chopped off.
That's what I thought at first.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this like this figure just gave away something for the next season?" And then I zoomed in on the picture. I could see that they just bent his arm up. They're just showing the articulation, I guess.
Is there really going to be
a
next season?
Yeah, is there a next season? I thought they cut it short and just said that's it.
No, there has to be. There has to be the final like battle and stuff.
Oh, I thought they washed their hands with it. Like, okay.
Yeah, but it's only 2 episodes that were left, right?
I know the Lord of the Rings is going for like another 10 years, but
no, I think that they're going to stretch it, and there'll probably be a time shift, is my guess.
Okay.
So they don't have to show it. So they don't have to spend the money to do the dragon sequences.
Oh,
didn't they do it like a 15-year time shift, like in the second episode? So that original actress was like 10 years old, and then boom, she's 20 years old, like the next episode.
Right.
So those 2 episodes we didn't get to see of this last season are just gone now. You think they just got flushed down the toilet?
I didn't know there were any more episodes coming for this season.
There were supposed to be 2 more episodes on this season, but halfway through the season, they said, we can't afford to do these. The viewership isn't high enough. You're going to end after 8 instead of 10 or whatever it was. So they cut it 2 episodes
so they're canceled.
Short. That's what I think happened.
Oh, well, then what are these figures coming out for?
I know. It's ridiculous.
Well,
yeah.
I think they're actually like already produced.
All right. And then I saw a picture of this thing from New York Comic Con.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Kermit.
That's not Kermit, is it? That's his nephew.
Yeah, the nephew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's this guy's name?
Okay. Let's see.
Harry.
Jonathan saying.
It's not. Is it Harry?
Comes with a machine gun in the bunker.
So
Jonathan's saying there is a 3rd season. That's what I thought. I thought that it just ended on a cliffhanger. I didn't hear any of this other stuff. But Jonathan's saying, yeah, season 3's coming.
Yeah, and what I'm wondering is if it's just.
I wonder if, because John lives in Florida, if he hears completely different news than me.
If it's the 2 episodes that we.
Well, it's definitely not the most popular show on television. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. I watched it every week like clockwork. It was popular in my house.
Guess the Nielsen ratings disagree with Vern.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who Nielsen is.
They're the people that count people that watch crap.
They don't even need that anymore because everything's digital. Anyways, okay, so this was a vintage collection reveal. We already got the tease that this was coming, but it's kind of cool to see pictures of it.
Yeah, when you put it in Google, just ask in Google, it says, yes, the 2nd season of House of Dragon was cut short from 10 episodes to 8 halfway through the season.
So I just put it into Google here, and it says the fake news that season 2 was cut from 10 episodes to 8 is only being sent off to people who have a DNS server out of Florida.
It says it was a cost-saving measure because they didn't think the 2nd season was doing as good as the 1st season.
Okay, so they shortened the season, but there's probably going to be a 3rd season because they got to wrap up the story. Yeah, they can't just.
But they did. They had also previously greenlit a 3rd season, so there will be a 3rd season.
Yeah, because they have to finish stuff off. Because we have to find out does the one daughter show up with the wild dragon and then just save the day?
Yeah.
But they know in Geekstrong, what should it say on this figure's name pill? What would the Kenner figure say on his name pill?
I don't know, Stormtrooper.
So to go back,
that's why I said Dino and John, because they would know.
Oh, dang. It says Imperial Stormtrooper.
That's right. So what I bet you they change because this says Imperial Snow Trooper on it. And if they follow what they've been following, renaming them the same as Kenner card backs, it should be called Imperial Stormtrooper in Hoth Battle Gear.
That's
So
exactly
I wonder if
what-
they changed that. Even though
'Cause
we
I
know
have
him as
this-
a Snow Trooper, it
I
was
have
never
this
called a
figure.
Stormtrooper on the card back.
I have it right here.
So
look
just
how much
for
writing
clarity,
is
if
in
they
that
did not
pearl.
change the name, then this is not a
Yeah, it
retro
says
card
Imperial
back,
Snow
okay?
Trooper in Hoth Battle Gear.
Exactly. And if you look
But
on
they
the
changed it
with
to
the
Snow
retro,
Trooper, which I'm okay with because that's how we know it. But
You already have this figure? How did you get it already?
No, that's an older one.
Oh, is it?
no,
And
this
that
is
one
this
says-
is the brand new one.
Star Wars Baron Zemo.
that one says Stormtrooper on it, right, Dino?
I get merch from Hasbro.
Yeah, okay.
Does that say Stormtrooper on it, Dino?
At the big time.
I can't read that. You will have to tell me.
I told you what it said. It says Imperial Stormtrooper Hoth Battle Gear, and on the back it shows an image of the original card back, and it says Imperial Stormtrooper Hoth Battle Gear.
Yeah, so I'm making a call. I bet you they changed the name on this card because as it is now, I think it's incorrect. Coming from a Star Wars nerd,
Yeah, I bet.
but I love it. It's one of the greatest figures
You-
ever done.
Are you trying to say that the folks over at Hasbro who run the Star Wars team don't know about stuff like that?
No.
Saying
No.
he might
Okay.
have made a mistake?
You heard it here first. Rick is anti Star Wars Hasbro team. So Star
I
Wars
tell you right
Hasbro
now,
team,
if-
we all
Cancel
love,
Star
the
Wars.
rest of us love you. Send us whatever you want. We'll say great things about it. But Rick, incredible Rick there, just thinks you guys don't know what you're doing.
I like that it has a cloth goods skirt.
My first custom figure ever was a custom Rick as a snow trooper.
All right, and then we were talking about what we were talking about earlier about like beating Valaverse to the punch or something like that. So
Next suit.
yeah, he was had a video, and they were talking about how they were looking for some sort of like a mech type armor or whatever for their figures that they were trying to figure out the best way to go. And he had a couple of different versions, some older models and stuff like that. But what Gridiron Studios did was they just built this little device, these legs that just attached to your little flight pod and turned it into kind of like a mech suit.
Oh, is that what they did? That's
Yeah.
brilliant. Those guys
So
got
for
some
40
great
bucks-
ideas, man.
Yeah, so $40 you get those legs, the little armor and stuff like that, and you get a flight helmet. That's what's pictured there. Then you just take your existing flight pod that you got from your classified and it clicks in there, and basically you now have a way to display your flight pod without a flight stand, but turn it into kind of like a mech suit.
You
Which
know,
is
good
kinda
on
cool.
them, man. This is what I think 3D printing nowadays is all about. Like, if you're a toy collector, like that's the cat's ass, man. Well done, guys.
I'm telling you, and the what could have made this a little bit better, and I'm not saying they're not going to do it, because with the Stinger and that type of stuff, they've done all these like upgrades to change the vehicle, and they keep
Yeah.
coming out with new setups. They could add like arms or something onto this thing. You know what I mean? Which would be like
Pretty cool,
really
man. That's-
cool.
I never saw this until just now. That's
Yeah. So
I
for
saw
40
your
bucks,
video on the Jeep add-ons, and I know
Yeah.
they do separate armor and guns and stuff. But yeah, this is cool, man. Nice
this
work.
is really cool because I have a couple of the flight pods that I got like super cheap because when they went on clearance and stuff like that. And I'm like,
It makes me want to get a 3D printer more and more
Yeah.
because, like, I'm a designer, man. I could think of cool stuff.
I barely
not
have
this
it on like
cool.
a stand right here, but it doesn't look that cool. You know what I mean? But if I had those legs and I can have it standing, I think it would be like really cool. So I'm probably going to pick that up.
And mech suits are cool. Does everyone agree? Everyone likes a good mech suit, right?
Yeah.
All right. And these pictures were from the booth. So that's what the Sentinel is going to look like. Pretty much that's the prototype one. And I got to tell you, I think it looks really cool. And I wish that was the HasLab from a few years ago, actually.
And going back to what we just talked about, 3D printed stuff, this is 3D printed. So this is cool. Like, just the fact that you if you had skill, you could 3D print this right now while you're watching us on this YouTube channel. Like, that's how cool it is. Like, the fact that toy companies can produce stuff like this now via high quality 3D prints and good painters. And good designers sculpting this stuff to begin with. But yeah, man, that's the future. Like,
How stable
Yeah.
you suppose those legs are?
What? These ones right here, I would imagine that they're pretty stable. They probably don't have very good articulation right now. That's my guess.
That's
yeah, I don't
that's-
think they're like 90-degree elbow
Yeah.
bands and stuff.
That's what I was saying. I guess that's what I was getting at. I mean, I know it's got 80 points of articulation, but the legs don't look that much different than that one that they did.
Yeah, but 40 of them are his fingers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it's these things hardly move at all. I mean,
9, 10, 12,
you got,
24 are his
two
fingers.
clicks. I got 2 clicks on the heel. That's it.
Well, that HasLab Sentinel, honestly, like he doesn't.
That's the one I got,
he doesn't-
Dandy.
The HasLab one does not stand on my carpet very well, but Galactus stands perfectly on the carpet, right? Like, so they major improvements on Galactus over the
yeah.
Sentinel. So I think that they probably figured out or worked out the top heaviness of that Sentinel somehow, or to make it a little bit more stable. That's my guess.
Yeah, because it's really like it would be hard to know that until you have the production plastic model in your hands to know if it's going to go like this. Because 3D print, everything's a lot lighter, right? The plastics, it doesn't carry that same kind of weight, even if you have screws and magnets. So you need that actual injection molded final prototype built together, so oh damn, it's going to fall over. What do we do? Do we remake millions of dollars worth of tools, or do we not tell anyone and just?
Oh, Connor, if you want some of those legs for that thing, let me know. I can help you out with that.
They're based out of America, right?
Yeah, that Gridiron Studios. Props. Yep.
That's
So that's
cool. That's a cool item. Did you get to see those jumbo Boba Fett photos?
No, I know. Wasn't interested in that. That didn't look very good.
Oh well, I made that, so
I'm messing with you. I didn't have the pictures though this morning when I was trying to put everything together. I didn't see it. You can pull it up. Rick's going to show off his work here.
Well, last year they revealed, and it's available now. You can buy it. The Jumbo Kenner Boba Fett from Book of Boba Fett, and now you can get them with a removable helmet. And this one actually has a working rocket that fires. So that's pretty cool. Where's my pictures here? All right. I'm going to share my Twitter.
Yes, please. Make sure you look in the top corner of the screen because it's Rick's computer. You might be able to find some of his personal
All my secret
identifiable
passwords
on there.
So yeah, it's the same figure, but with a new removable helmet and beautiful bald head underneath, which is not me. It's actually Tamira Morrison, but I have more scars than my original drawings. But yeah, this is super fun, and this guy comes with a coin.
Where's the jetpack thing showing the rocket?
You know what's really, again, we were talking about the package stuff, and I'll just be quick about it. So this is out. This is already made. They've shipped it to some people. There's reviews on it that show the rocket firing mechanism and that show the package and the card back and the coin where they put it in the package. But yet they don't use it in any of their promo photos. So I don't get some of these toy companies, man.
So that rocket's not small enough to where like a small child could like swallow it.
No.
Well, I'd probably like the size of a hot dog.
Oh, that's
or what do you call those little
mini, number one choking hazard in America right now?
Mini wieners.
I choked on a hot dog earlier today.
Really?
Oh yeah, so that's well over a year in the making. I thought there'd be a couple more revealed.
So I have expected John to be like showing us the damage from like the hurricane, saying like, "Hey, I just wanted to point out my windows were perfect, but you can see all the damage of the drywall around them."
Yeah.
How did you fare during the big storm?
They were actually northeast of us, so we're northwest. We were southeast of the storm. So nothing bad at all. Yeah.
Did you lose any power or anything?
No,
like
never. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
They made it look like the worst thing that ever happened in America. Like, The stuff I was seeing on YouTube.
It was really bad. Dan, you don't live in an area that's susceptible to these like hurricanes, tornadoes, flash floodings, stuff like that. No.
The only thing that he's got to worry about are asteroids and alien invasions.
Dean just said he lived through the worst storm of his life. He had just set up all of his Halloween decorations. Then that night, this huge storm came through, and his wife said it looked like a garbage truck just dumped a bunch of Halloween decorations in your yard.
It did. She did say that. Yep.
John's got those super strong windows now too.
Man, it rained. It rained hard. It rained so heavy that the zombie duck lost like 4 teeth.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. You know what? It was really horrible weather here too. I mean, yesterday when I went outside, it was like 74 degrees. The sun was actually out.
Shut up,
I gotta tell you, it was rough.
Sunburn.
6 degrees here today.
Right. You have to put some sunblock on.
Just messing around.
Work on that tan.
And then Rick's been trapped indoors too because apparently it's been raining hot dogs and cat dogs.
And hot dogs for 2 days straight.
Everywhere I've lived, like for the last half of my life, has been within like danger zones. When I lived in Seattle, it was earthquakes and volcanoes, and now I moved to Florida, and it's hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yeah, hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yeah.
Well, we keep waiting around. There's supposed to be an earthquake coming. We just had the great California shakeout where we had our big earthquake drill a couple of days ago. At the same time, everybody.
Bless you, Vern.
He's having an earthquake. He just had a face.
We had 3 earthquakes over the past 10 days here.
I just had a face quake.
I muted myself. They do the thing where you gotta climb under your desk and protect yourself or whatever.
Duck and cover.
Yeah, something.
See, when I was a kid, like I remember doing that, but it wasn't like now. I think they do it like monthly or often every year. But I think maybe once through my 12, 13 years of school, it might have been something we did once as a drill.
We did it once. We did a drill once in elementary school for a nuclear bomb threat, and that was climbing under our desk. Like
duck and cover.
That really helps.
Like that would help. Yeah.
Hey, Connor, when we did the history, if you weren't around, we did the history in 1986. That's when they did the bus deregulations in the UK. I don't know if you remember when they did that.
Connor started all that. That was because of Connor.
Affected you up.
I bet he did.
That was a part of the history of 1986. Anyways, what do you guys got going on this week on your YouTube channels?
Well, you see this pile of boxes over here?
Dang.
Holy crapola.
Jeez.
So I have sorted everything, and that is all of the Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, other 6-inch and other related things that are duplicates. Those are doubles and triplicates and quadruples that all are going to get sold. And
do you have 000?
Not in there. Nope. I don't have an extra 000. Sorry. But I'm going to do a sale, like a claim sale or auction, whatever you want to call it, on Sunday, October 27, probably about noon.
Which channel?
Cool.
You have 3.
I know it's going to be on
you
the
should do it on the
channel.
Super Awesome Cooking Show.
It'll be on the toy channel because that's where toys go.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure I'm subscribed to that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Storing nets for the winter. You got anything going on your YouTube channel?
Yes. No.
All right. Geekbusters.
I have a few videos that I have to work on tonight, so I should have a few out this coming week.
When he says a few, it's like 3 videos per day.
Yeah.
5 days
Per
during the week.
popcorn bucket.
15 videos.
Yeah.
More than
There
you
is-
can keep up
There
with.
is a popcorn bucket coming out. I picked up 2 this week, 2 new ones. One is probably the coolest popcorn bucket. Well, actually, both of them are probably the coolest popcorn buckets out of all the ones I've ever purchased.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
One is Venom and one is Frightener Clown guy.
The Terrifier comes out next year.
Terrifier.
So you are correct on one of them.
Oh, that
So-
Terrifier mask? You don't get it till next year?
Yeah, because I think
That's FDA food standard.
exactly.
Oh, interesting.
It
Cool,
wasn't.
cool. I look forward to seeing that.
It was more of a fan
It's a
funding
fan
type
channel
of thing.
exclusive.
Yeah. Well, the fans kind of demanded it in a way, you know what I mean? So
Sure, no,
when they get the approval, by then it was
It's
too
weird
late.
because
to
I never heard of
fix
it
the year.
before you brought it up, and now I see posts. Oh, I just saw this on Facebook or
This
Twitter.
is the
so-
this is the interesting thing. I don't think I've ever seen popcorn in any of his popcorn bucket videos.
Yeah,
No,
no,
he
I showed like 3 of them, 3
He
giant
showed
things of
popcorn.
popcorn.
He should one day. I saw popcorn one day. He had a bag of them. Of
Yeah.
popcorn.
I don't know.
Free
Yeah.
popcorn.
Did I leave a comment on that video?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm sure. You leave a comment on all of them and some
All right, Rick.
sarcastic comment.
Rick, what do you got going on your YouTube
Well,
channel?
since it's raining today, and I'm gonna throw in some football, and maybe I'll finally do a review on the one and only Hammerhead, since Hasbro decided to not reveal Retro Hammerhead this week for some
They're not
reason.
making
Like,
those.
You ought to do a whole rant video.
They're just
regarding that.
torturing me. Well, no, I'm not going to be like that guy on Instagram that all he does is complain about how his vintage collection doesn't get the honor it deserves, and it goes on like a 20-minute rant, and I'm like, that's
Is that-
enough. Bye bye.
Whose channel is that? Is that Burns?
No, Vern hasn't ranted lately. It's been
I know.
Positive.
He's been,
Well, I did that.
No.
Ghostbusters HasLab. I did 2 videos on the Ghostbusters
Yeah, but
HasLab.
those were
But
all
you're right.
positive.
I didn't really
More
rant
informative.
about them. Yeah.
yeah.
nothing to bitch about yet.
Oh well, I think they did a good job. That's why, right? Like, I mean, if I
I
really
agree.
wanted to do like a rant video, I could talk about. I mean, I would probably talk about Hasbro having a 1-hour panel and having all of their brands in the panel, and then not to bother live streaming it from like a major convention.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they were relying, I think, on YouTubers.
Yeah, exactly. On the fans, which they know will happen at any convention, right?
And then
And
not
so
to
they're in
release-
London like in a couple weeks. So there's more reveals coming, and there's also 10/27, which is what, next week or
Yeah.
a couple weeks, October 27 at Hasbro. It's another Hasbro event, so expect more reveals from all the major brands
Right.
then, like Hammerhead.
What's this? What's this link? Hold on.
It's not me.
Oh, hold on.
Does it start with
Super
T and
awesome
end and end?
Game channel. He's spamming us, man. Is this
Yeah, there's some
Weapon
some
John
jerk in
project?
there's some jerk
Can you
in the
not drop your link in the chat?
Did it show up in the chat?
For free?
No, it was in a
did.
private chat. Here you go.
Yeah, there it is. It showed up.
Oh, okay, good.
No, he's asking you not to do that.
No, he said,
"Can you
please
not
don't do it,
I
John.
was
We're
wondering
not allowed."
if you could. So that's the Super Awesome Game channel. That's John's alternate channel where he live streams himself playing video games.
John, I think that's a smart idea, by the way, of having a separate gaming channel because
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
That basically you were just branding yourself now. You could never change your YouTube channel name, by the way.
And you better always say super awesome.
yeah.
Because if
I
not,
think it's a great idea to have a separate because you game a lot, and to put that on a toy channel, I wonder, does that affect your numbers?
It messes up the toy channel. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're not
let
supposed to mix the two.
me point this out. Ricardo saying great stream as always. Everybody have a great evening. He's basically told me you guys
And
have reached 2 hours.
Yeah, it's time to go.
It's time
Get
for
out.
you
Get
to
out.
get off
Separate
the
game.
air.
I don't know what to do. This way I don't get notifications at 3 a.m. that John's playing a video game.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit that bell
All right,
icon.
see you guys.
All right. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button on the stream so that we can have YouTube help promote the show a little bit. Make sure you could super chat so that I can buy a Ghostbusters HasLab or pay for my car. Here I'm
Or a
begging.
Phantom.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys enjoy watching us hang out every Saturday talking about toys. And we really appreciate everybody who jumps into the chat to comment along. And we'll see you
100%.
next time on the Toy Duo team.
Stay awesome, everybody.
I feel the need. The need for speed.
Remember, we are all each strong. Anybody else want to put their
Oh, my day. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
Toys.